What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Black Air Force Energy.
We fly high like dragons in the sky. Go, go, go.
It's the main event.
We fly high like satellites. Come fly with me like the wind beneath your wings.
This elevation to the max, give me space. I'm in space, this calm, this is cool, mates. And it's safe. Let's be real, keep it going, keep it fly. Let's get high off the life.
We fly high like dragons in the sky. Go, 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 go. We fly high like satellites. Come fly with me like the wind beneath your wings. Now let's let the choir sing. Now let's let the choir sing. Oh, go, 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 go.
Now let's let the choir sing.
Me, I'm in my zone, focused on my own growth. I be water walking through these streets like sailboat. Me, I be the compass as I lead and guide my people. I'm a father, I'm friend with a couple guns legal. You not that smart, quit the bull. Yes, I'm seeing right through you. I be talking to the spirits, but best believe it's not voodoo. Yeah, I know you think you him, but in my head, I'm like who you? I'm a legend, I'm a beast, I'm the rose that grew through concrete. Let's keep it going. Keep it pushing as I lay back. Curtains drawn like I'm in a Maybach. Me, I'm so unique, I'm like needle in the haystack. Catching money, dodging fame. I sticking over while stacking racks. Go out hammer, pop your shit, but don't be mad when I clap back. Let's keep it going. Yeah, let's go.
Me in the jungle, hit a rumble. Caught a couple touchdowns and I had a couple fumbles. Look at me, now I recovered. This is mind over matter. Keep it pushing when I stumble. Long way from home to gather wisdom and stay humble. Eyes wide shut, this me. This is dawn till me vessel crumble. I return.
I'm in the trenches of hood, riding past, sparking J's, I feel good. You can catch me on the back roads, where I'm chilling in the field, banging hit while riding, displaying my verbal skills. Yes, to be the big league, knocking down big trees at the same time. Fresh sits, fully clean, cooling with my lady. We be low key when it's sunny, but we work out when it's shady. I reside in county with my peoples all around me. This is street, this be the hood. This is good, fellas, music. I can show you how to do this. Yeah, y'all got it with the live. But me, I really be outside. I'm seeing vibe. I stay close around my tribe. I got the Phoenix on my hip and my twin be by my side. I'm so pinpoint on my aim. I look target while I'm blind. If you really wanna see me, doors open, come inside. It's the lines. Then watch your step, cause we deep within me. I take your vision, thought then bleed it through a pen. Yeah, let's get it, let's go. We all
Welcome to the lighthouse. Storm all around. I'm standing right now, sent from the cloud. They talking mine now, but I'm just fighting for my blood and my life. Yeah. Sent from the heaven, king on seven, trials on trials, still count blessings. Wait on the revelating, heart in heaven. I stay patient, I'm beyond the angels. I am mad, I bleed, I'm tangled. Sword on my back, axe on the strap. Go with the weight of the word in my lap. Touching my can, we doubling back. Pray with my palm, but I'm ready for that.
Goodness gracious. How y'all feel? My check 1 2 1 2. Let me shit. Oh, man, I'm coming up all like half-ass ready. I swear, y'all. I'm not liking me right now. Let me see something real quick. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Is the headphones? Yes, they are working. Okay. I got two things we're going to talk about today. So, the only thing I'm really trying to like determine is which one do I want to start off on? You know what? Yeah, because I'm not going to do the whole daggone thing. I'm going to start off. We're going to warm up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have some fun with it, right? We're going to talk about, just kind of react basically to some videos involving when pranks go wrong. That's right. When pranks go wrong. Because I'm somebody who says, I don't think you should be playing with your life like that, right? So let's go ahead and let's pull this up. But before we get started, y'all know how we do. First and foremost, how's your day been? How's your headspace? And how's this day been treating you? Just in case nobody else asked you. Respect. I know. So let's go ahead and let's see what we got on this one, right? The time right now is 9:52 p.m. East Coast Standard Time, and I thank you all for taking the time to tune in. Let's go ahead and just have some fun with this. So, yes, this is when pranks go wrong. Let's get it.
Man, the next thing I seen a do-rag get knocked the f*** out. What? Tell him, ugly. I'll put you on your neck. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. All right. You ain't gonna do nothing. Right. You heard I said, black do-rag, you get knocked the f*** out, nigga. I ain't clutching out nothing. What you want? What's going on? What's going on? Did I touch you yet? Did I touch you? Did I keep your hands out, gang? You know what's going on. I don't got nothing. I don't even got no pole, bro. We good, bro. Get your hands out with that, bro. Out, gang. What? What? Watch out, bro. Okay. Get the fuck out of here. 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 You on camera. What? You said Dre Road. You on 6 Mile, nigga. 6 Mile, Brick Mile, nigga. Go get it. Knock your bitch down. We out. We out. Next, I see what the dreads bro on the basketball get knocked the f*** out. Oh, who what?
Dreads on the basketball. Hey, that nigga ass, bro. What are y'all, bro? Yeah, let me come on, run that phone.
Nigga, that's my phone. I need my phone, bro. Come on. I'm just playing. I'm just playing, bro. I'm just playing, bro. Y'all was on camera, bro. It's a video. I need that phone back.
Camera? What?
It's a prank video.
This is when it gets wild for me. See, like right here at this moment, this is when it gets crazy. When this nigga says this.
Oh, it's all the way over there. And y'all, and the boys. Y'all. Mm-hmm. And the police. Nothing much.
And the police, bro. So, like, come on now. Like, like, let's just be for real, bro. You know, one too much going down. That looked like a campus.
It's police. Nothing much. I hate with tattoos, bro. Next, I see with a tattoo on his arm getting knocked up. Go. I'm chill, bro. Why the f you touching me? Bro, you said the next with a shirt on, bro. I mean with a tattoo, bro. I got a tattoo, bro. That's cool. If you wear the shoe and fit it, don't put your hands on me. I ain't touch you.
This is some wild. Like, I don't understand why people would even want to play with their life like this.
Show, bro. I ain't touch you. Make your show, bro. You good, bro? Calm the down before you get knocked the out. Nothing, bro. You on camera, bro. You on camera, gang. You good? You good, bro? It's just a little video. We good? Yeah, we straight. Real, bro. My people, I love you, bro. No Diddy. Yo, my baby. So what's up? How long you been going your life, gang?
For like 2 years.
For real, me too. Your short as hell.
What's up? That's what's up.
Your short as hell. What you on?
Yeah, what up?
Chilling. What y'all finna do? Where y'all thinking, man? Y'all just working?
Yeah.
Huh? What y'all just do? Y'all shake ass for the corner or some shit?
What? Yeah, who?
Bro, like, why would you? Come on, man.
Hey, what?
I'm just asking a question, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying you throwing that right around and shit, gang. What you talking about, man?
I did.
Yeah.
I don't even remember saying that shit, bitch, but
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just the way that transpired.
What's up, gang? We finna go. Shit, what you on?
Hey, bro. You good, man?
What? Don't do that.
I ain't gonna lie. That's how niggas fight now. Like, for real. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, listen. Like, I understand when, like, usually when you start seeing little wrestling, like UFC moves, is when we actually on the ground. I didn't know we started off that way. I'm used to actual just like fists, but maybe the game has changed.
All right, bro, you got it, bro. Bro, you don't care. Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
All right,
I will beat the fuck out you in real life. You lucky I don't got my gloves. I'll fuck you up. What's wrong with that? Real gangster. Son. Flat. Yo. Exactly, they can't hear. Hey, bitches.
Bro, what you just say? Who you talking to?
I was calling y'all.
What you say?
I was calling y'all.
What you say?
I was saying gang, like, but y'all wasn't answering,
say,
bro. You what? What you mean? I'm just.
It's just wild, bro. Like, why do you play with your life like that?
Stop playing with me, boy. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Okay, bro. Nice. Put hands, bro. Y'all got it, bro. I'll kill y'all niggas, bro. Y'all better watch y'all back on this. I swear to God, y'all niggas are.
That shit crazy, boy. That shit crazy. Anyway. So y'all know, like, you know, I was having a talk last night, right? So let me go ahead, boom. Let me go ahead for y'all real quick. So I was having a talk last night. And this talk consisted of, you know what I'm saying? You know, talking more about things people go through. And I was trying to make something clear that, you know, I believe that what should be talked about more than anything is just overall the struggles of people, period. So that's where we at. Nancy, if you would be so kind, I would appreciate it if you went on ahead and hit the theme music, please. Make sure it's nice and low. Appreciate it. All right. So now what I want to do, now that we done having a little fun, just stretching out, warming up, right? Let me go to this right here. I really just wanted to talk about this primarily, right? Where is it at? Where is it at? Are you serious? Hold on. Oh, here it is. I'm tripping. I found it. All right. So look, right? All right. So me being from here, me being from the state of Maryland, me being somebody that's actually, traveled, been around, talked to quite a bit of few people and so on and so forth. Oh shit. Hey, y'all gotta give me a second. Hold on. Oh man. Hold on. God dang it. Hold on. All right, my bad. All right, I'm back. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. I had to take care of something very important. I apologize dearly. My bad, y'all. My bad. All right. So I want to talk about something, man, that look, there are things that people go through out here all the time. In this story right here, it came across my timeline. First dude that they going to talk to, I know him personally. I actually in real life know this guy. I actually know his real life story. I know all of that. I was actually incarcerated with him in the county. And then the rest of the people I'm not too hip about, but we're just going to go ahead and get into it. But this first character right here, when I seen him on here, I said, oh, wow. I said, nah, I got to do a reaction to this. It just so happened to come across my timeline. And I haven't seen this dude since 2010. I haven't seen him since maybe like 2010. I'm getting ready to pull the video up right now. But let's go ahead and get into it. So again, I do want to speak more about, the things that people go through, the struggles and everything else, but it doesn't always have to be exactly what I went through. There are all kinds of pain out here. Look, pain is pain. Pain is pain, right? Let me get my headphones. Oh, shit. Oh, my gosh. I've been talking with that up. My bad, y'all. My bad. I apologize dearly. Oh, my bad dearly. Sorry about that. I forgot to turn it back down because it came back. Anyway, let me just say that again, just in case it got muffled or it was too loud. So we're getting ready to play this video. This video is about people who going through shit out here in the streets, right? Just going to listen to people's basically, it's like basically story time, okay? The thing about it is that this first guy that's going to come up, I know him personally, like in real life. I know him. I know him on the streets. I know exactly where he used to be, where he used to hang out, where you could find him. And I also know exactly where he was incarcerated at because he was in there with me when we was in the county. He was in Upper Marlboro with me. right, on the PG side. Apparently, he must have moved to Baltimore throughout that time or whatever, but that's where I guess he is now. Lord knows where he is now. He could be somewhere totally different now. I don't know. But let's go ahead and let's look at this video. I want to go ahead and break this down because I actually know this guy's story. I know he told me personally, and I'm going to tell you the story of where he told me and everything else. So let's go ahead and get to this. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now is 10:05 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. Let's go ahead and look at this video. This right here is about people that are struggling on the streets of Baltimore. Now, remember, ladies and gentlemen, I am not on the Baltimore side. I'm not from Baltimore. I'm on the DMV side, which is DC, Maryland, Virginia, basically a different part of it. Okay. It's still Maryland, but I'm not at the capital. Put it like that. Baltimore is the capital. I'm not there. I'm on the other side of the bridge. So this guy went from our side, and apparently maybe he's originally from there and went back home. I don't know. Didn't get that far into it, but I'll share the stories that he talked to me about. I don't know how much of it he's going to say in this right here, but I damn sure know the reason why he looks the way he does. Get ready for that part right there. But let's go ahead and get to it. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Let's rock out.
Welcome to Baltimore.
At 35 years old, I was introduced to...
That's not him. That's not him. I just want to make sure. Okay, yeah, that's not him. I'm gonna let y'all know. That's not the guy that I know. I'm gonna let y'all know when they actually pull up the dude that I know, and I'm gonna show you. He definitely stands out. But this is something that we should go ahead, sit back and chill and listen to.
Hard drugs. Married, 6 kids. Well, 5 now. I just buried my oldest one 2 months ago.
My name is Dimitri. I'm 44, originally from Brooklyn, New York.
What brought you to Baltimore?
Get custody of my son.
My son's name was Benny Edie. He passed away 2 weeks ago on the 3rd. When we ran there, he found the man on the floor. And he called the ambulance.
It's been... let's get past the commercial. I apologize dearly. Sorry for all these delays. Let's go. Bow right there. That's our guy. I know this guy. Right? I know him in real life. So let's go ahead and let's listen to what Derek has to say. All right. He's going to tell his story, and it's very, very interesting. I'm going to tell you exactly why his face looks like that. He might tell you in here. He might not. Let's go.
This is Derek. I'm originally from Potomac in Montgomery County. I came up for cancer treatment back in 2020 and got stuck here. So, yeah, I'm 43 years old. I'll be 44 in October. Let's see. I've been living on the streets since November 2020.
Now, I want y'all to listen to what he said. He said he's from Montgomery County. Right here where I'm at. See, that's on our side. Just so y'all know, I'm just kind of bringing in, like, I guess you can say proof. I'm in PG. Over here, we got PG, DC, VA, Northern VA, and we got MoCo, Montgomery County. Right? So people kind of go, but so you got the line right there. So like New Hampshire, where I used to see him around was the Langley Park, New Hampshire, Adelphi area. He used to roam around there a lot. I know this guy in real life. Okay. I'm not going to tell you what his story is just yet. I want to see how much he says. And then I'm going to let you know on one dark night, I ran into him. And, you know, it was just one of those, you just get to talking to people. And I did. I asked him. I said, what happened? But I'll tell you what happened. It's a very interesting story. Y'all just sit tight.
2 months after I got here, you know, I've been fighting off along with addiction. That started up when I moved to Baltimore. I had 2 kids, twin boys, they're 28 in November. They're law enforcement, they're active duty military. I had 2 grandkids by each. Life out here on the streets is a nightmare, to put it mildly. You have to fight every night for your life with these crazy teenagers. People treat you like absolute shit, act like you don't exist, and
He used to be around Adelphi at night. He'll be out there panhandling in front of like the 7-Eleven, right around with a Golden Bull. Anybody who's from here, you just Google Adelphi, Maryland, Prince George's County, Golden Bull. And just look at the parking lot on Google Map. You'll see it. Anyway, that's where I ran into him. I'm about to tell y'all the story, but let him finish talking.
So they do act like you exist, look at you like you're worthless, you're nothing. And, it's a constant struggle to even want to survive and live. Some days I pray to God I do get killed in my sleep. Because it's so rough out there. And, I became addicted to fentanyl when my cancer became,
when I was seeing him, he was out there. He was looking for heroin and crack. Now this fentanyl part, I'm not sure about, but I remember definitely he was looking for heroin. He wanted to get some dope. Basically, he wanted to mix crack cocaine with his dope and shoot it up. I'm just start there. That's really what he was on. He shoots up. He liked to bang, right? We know this guy. Let's go.
terminal, and morphine quit working. I overdosed 36 times, 5 of which were intentional. Cases disfigured from a suicide attempt with a shotgun back.
Yep. Right there. Right there. His face is messed up. I will never forget the day. He's going to tell you, but yeah, we at that point. I was out there with him. He roams around with his mom. I don't know if she's still living or not. This was years ago. I don't know where she is, what's going on. But it used to be just him and his mother. All right. This is a true story. True story. Like true to life. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and get up here, right? So I ran into him. And when I saw him because I said to myself, oh, snap. Hey, I remember you because, of course, you can't forget a face like that. No pun intended. So I see him and I say, hey, I remember you, bruh. He said, you remember me really, man? I said, yeah. We was in together. Which one? Upper Marlboro. We was in Upper Marlboro. Oh, yeah. Hey, man. And so he just immediately went to asking me, did I have anything, to serve and stuff like that. I'm getting ready to get back in the car and I'm getting ready to go back over to my grandmother's house at the time because I was over there. I was just in the area, you know what I'm saying? So I'm getting ready to go back to my grandmother's house. I'm over in Adelphi. My grandmother lives in College Park. So I happened to catch him. He told me, I just so happened to ask him throughout us talking. He asked me for a cigarette. That was back during the time when I did smoke them. And then he asked me, he said, hey, man, you're looking at me like you're wondering. That's what he said to me. You're looking at me like you're wondering. And I said, I mean, I am interested in knowing, but I'm not going to ask you. He said, nah, it's okay. He went on ahead. He shot himself in the face with a shotgun. Okay. I'll never forget him telling me his story in real life. If only I would have known to have recorded the shit. You know what I'm saying? I would have had great content, but I wasn't doing no damn content back then. This is way back right? So he says he shot himself in the face with a shotgun. I said, why? He said he got kids. He told me that. He said because he left his I guess mother of his child or his wife for his gay lover. And his gay lover rejected him. He shot himself in the face because there was a man he was in love with who rejected him. And that's how he wound up. Strung out. Life went all the way down. He was a military vet, the whole nine, blah, blah, blah. At least these are the things. I mean, I'm going to say from what he's saying today, I mean, at least on this interview, it is consistent with exactly what the story he told me back when we were in Adelphi, in the parking lot where Golden Bull is. I will never forget, because you can't forget. Like, I mean, come on, you come across, you know, it is not off. Look, even me, most people say, you know, don't forget me if they encounter me just simply because I'm an amputee, right? So, you know, it happens, right? You know, some of us is just unforgettable once you come across us. I never forget meeting him. Yeah, I remember him. I remember him being in Upper Marlboro, staying to himself and stuff. He was one of them guys who used to sit in the corner, kind of stay to himself. He ain't bother nobody. He did his little time. I think he was in there for like a trespass and something petty. He was in and out. He was only in there for like about 2 or 3 weeks, went to court, went home. But I do remember coming across him. I came across him. And then, you know what I'm saying, when I got out, like I said, just to backtrack briefly, is when I actually was like, yeah, nah, I remember you. We was in together. And so that's when he got to talking to me and told me his story. But I'm going to go ahead and let him finish telling us his story. And then we're going to go ahead and listen to the rest of these people's story. But yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, I actually know this guy. Shot himself in the face with a shotgun. And see, the thing is that I was like, I guess as amazed as people are. See, this is what I mean by is as amazed as people are. Wow, you got ran over by a train. And look at you. Yep, my body still work. No, I'm not paralyzed. I can get up and walk. I mean, everything, you know, we all right. This guy put a shotgun to his face and he's still here. Yeah, it don't look good, right? It ain't looking good. Lost the eye, everything else. It ain't looking good. But to think like everything wasn't like a watermelon to a mallet to a watermelon. You know, that effect, right? To think you got any face. Now, of course, he said he had to have a lot of surgery done, and that was basically the best that he can get his money to pay for, basically, if you get it, right? He don't have no top-notch insurance to where he can get full facial reconstruction. So that was the best that he was able to get. Let's go ahead and keep on listening to the story right here. The time right now is 10:18 p.m. East Coast Standard Time, and I thank you all so much for just simply taking the time to tune in. Respect to you. Let's keep on going.
In 2005, you know, and it's just, you know, day-to-day nightmare. But God is good and He provides, you know, and that's all that matters. Because my taste right now is all I have. My boyfriend Matt and I,
he did say it. No, I shit you not. I didn't know I just looked at this. I didn't know he was going to say it. Yeah, his boyfriend. His boyfriend. Shot himself in his face over his boyfriend. That shit crazy.
And people that do that, like you exist, look at you like you're worthless, you're nothing. And, you know, it's a constant struggle to even want to survive and live. You know, some days I pray to God I do get killed in my sleep. You know, because it's so rough out there. And, you know, I became addicted to fentanyl when my cancer became terminal and morphine quit working. And, you know, I've overdosed 36 times, 5 of which were intentional. My case is disfigured from a suicide attempt with a shotgun back in 2005.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just, you know, day-to-day nightmare. But God is good and He provides, you know, and that's all that matters. Because my faith right now is all I have. My boyfriend Nat and I, you know, we
This he's accurate. He's on point. I'm going to say, as somebody who knows this guy in real life, considering that was a long time ago, his story is completely accurate.
make it, and, you know, I'm just grateful for what I do have, you know.
So would you say drugs ease your pain?
Drugs are what keeps me surviving. I would have killed myself long ago had I not had something to help me cope. I've been in treatment 18 times. Every time I've been in treatment here in the city, I dealt with racism, bullying, being assaulted. I've been raped 4 times in 3 different facilities.
Wait a minute. Look, nothing personal. Look, Lee, man. Ooh, man. All right. I don't want to be wrong for saying this. Somebody found you attractive enough to grape.
And therefore, treatment's just out of the question. You know, it's easier life on the street than having to deal with what I do in treatment. You know, I do want to get clean, but what I have to endure in those programs isn't worth it, you know. But, you know, I'm 2 months half the time the doctors gave me to live, so it won't be much longer, thank God. That I'll have to fight this battle. But, you know, just keep me in your prayers, y'all.
So for people that might want to know what happened to your face, could you explain to them?
I was kidnapped by a sex trafficking ring right after I turned 21. I was held for 3 years, torture, raped, among other things. And they threatened my kids if I got away. I did end up getting away. And I figured the only way to keep them safe was to kill myself. And you see how that turned out. But yeah, I tried to blow my head off with a 12-day shotgun.
So after shooting yourself with a shotgun, what kept you alive from not reattempting if you're going to?
I mean, it's like, what kept me alive is that I can't successfully kill myself because I've had 18 serious attempts. And every single one of them after the shotgun has been as a result of how I get treated and what I've gone through because of it. And, you know, so it looks like cancer is going to be our way out. So, it would be a blessing.
What type of cancer?
I have prostate, pancreatic, final stage, and I was just diagnosed with esophageal cancer early stage a month ago. So I have to go in to have my system flushed out every other day, to have my sugar, you know, flushed out and processed.
So this is again, right? I'm showing this to make it very clear. People be like, "Oh, Smitty, it's so bad for you." I'm not on the streets. I still can walk. Thank God my face is intact. All my pearly whites since I got adult teeth, minus some wisdom teeth, right? Fully functional. I'm safe. I'm comfortable. I got fish swimming in the background. I got warm food upstairs, which I might have to reheat by the time I'm done with this. Right. My point is that I could sit up here and look at my circumstance and be like, you know what? It's the worst thing in the world. And then you can go right on ahead and look at this right here. This is not a shot to this guy right here. I'm just saying, like, when we say things like, would you trade places? No. One, I love me too much and I wouldn't want to be anybody else but me. I don't care who you are. I wouldn't want to be nobody but me. But like on some real talk though, like when people get to talking as if like life is so messed up for them. Nah, man. You'd be surprised what you can still keep going. This guy basically is telling us that he has a death sentence. That's what he's telling us. So again, when you all wonder, well, Smitty, I mean, how do you stay smiling? Last time we heard you're in a wheelchair and all this other stuff. What does that have to do with living life? What does that have to do with me recognizing that it can be so much worse? I got ran over by a train. My face could look just like his right now. Easily. How the heck I still got all my hair and my beard? Nothing messed up on my face? Hello? I got drugged by a train on my face. On splintered wood and stone. It wasn't a railroad train. I mean, it wasn't a metro train. It was a railroad locomotive. The one with rocks and broken up wood that slaves built. I got ran over on that. But do you think I sit here and make it seem as if like my life is over? No. It's a reason. It's a reason why I have the resilience and the strength that I have. Because in real life, he is a perfect example. I actually met him in real life. I'm talking about a couple times. Like I said, I was incarcerated with. We were in the same unit. Like I was in the same block with him for like I said, I think about 3 weeks or so. Ran into him and found out where he was at, like out in the streets, because he was around my old way. I grew up in Adelphi. So I'm around my old way. You know, like you go see old friends, people you used to know, stuff like that. I run into him again. Oh, snap. He's over there at the Golden Bull. Again, Google the Golden Bull in Prince George's County. There you go. Golden Bull, Prince George's County, Adelphi. And just get an aerial of that view. We were right over there near the 7-Eleven. We were standing right there near the 7-Elevens and a Popeyes. It's a Popeyes, Golden Bull, 7-Eleven. I remember that night clear as day. And he was asking me if I knew where to get some heroin and get some crack. I told him no, but I got some good gas for you. I gave him a J or two. He said he'll take it, see if he can get some money for it. And if not, he'll go ahead and smoke it with his mom. That's who he used to roll with. So I don't know. Maybe he's out here on the streets by himself now, because again, this was years back. Years back. Let's go.
I can't process it.
So what does a clean life look for you?
What is it?
What does a clean life look for you?
A clean life is dead.
So dead.
No, dead. Dead. Not alive.
Do you feel like that's your only option?
Huh?
Do you feel like that's your only option?
I mean, it's the only thing coming out because nothing's working to help, fight the cancer. And I'm 2 months past the time they gave me to survive.
You know how many people I've come across who are just simply on the streets and they tell me I might be better off dead. This video is for you to recognize that it's not as bad as you think it is. This is for you. I don't know what that thing is that you're thinking about that you're going through, but I promise you, you ain't going through this. You ain't going through that. You ain't got to get organs flushed. My father went through dialysis. So I personally know at least that much. Like having to go back and forth to get flushed. I've seen that. You ain't going through that right there. You see? Let's go.
And yeah, that's
you-
my only option.
So you feel like this is your end?
Pretty much, yeah. And it'll be a blessing when it happens. But this is the nightmare right here. So, and I know I'm going to heaven because I've been through hell already. So,
How do you give your book the best chance?
You know how many people I've come across who said to me, if I went through what you went through, I would just go ahead and off myself. Come on now.
So what advice could you give like the younger generation that might want to come out here and use?
to the younger generation, start acting like civilized people, learn respect, learn how to treat people, and, if you want to get treated like crap, continue to treat people like crap. If you want to get treated with respect, learn it and earn it.
He is so defeated.
And, just keep your heads up, because if it's bad, most of the time it will get better.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Do you remember the feeling you felt when you shot yourself?
I'm sorry?
Do you remember the feeling you felt when you shot yourself?
The what?
Do you remember the feeling you felt when you shot yourself?
Excruciating pain because I didn't go into shock for about a minute and a half. Fear for my kid's life, fear for my family's safety, anger that it didn't work, and resentment. There's been some joy along the way, but it's few and far between.
It's so many different things that I'm thinking about when I think about somebody who does something like that. Now, of course, as I personally believe that that is a direct, automatic, you go. Was possibly this person spared from eternal damnation, right? Considering if you believe and think in that way, when I think about this, you do that to yourself and you don't leave. You still here. Was that a punishment or was that a gift? Don't be scared. Type it in the comment section. Let's go.
So,
After having to endure so many things, such things like rape multiple times, how do you get past those things?
get high.
Just get high.
Just get high where I can't feel.
Very typical. Very, very typical. Yep. Just get numb. Release it all. But it's only temporary. And the downhill spiral comes from you just keep on doing the same thing. You never really address the problem. You just keep trying to mask it. That's really essentially what that is.
Sometimes victims of sexual assault feel like they were to blame for it. Do you have?
You're not to blame for it. You're not. Never, ever, ever blame yourself or feel that you had any responsibility in the matter. No matter if, you work the streets, as, a trick or whatever. No means no, no matter what the situation is. So never blame yourself because it is not your fault.
So what is your main source of income out here?
What is it?
What's your main source of income out here?
My main source of income is panhandling. I get SSI, the divorce settlement that I don't every 3 months I get an allotment of that will be passed down to my kids once I pass. And then my grandkids and probably your grandkids too. That's the 8-figure settlement that I'll never have full access to because of my addiction. But, yeah, welcome to Baltimore.
No, my name's Dimitri. I'm 44, and originally from Brooklyn, New York.
So what brought you to Baltimore?
Get custody of my son.
So you said to get custody of your son. Did you get custody of your son?
Not yet. I'm working on it still.
So let's just say that is the case. Guy comes all the way from one state to another, loses everything, or is going through whatever he's going through, not knowing the laws of the next state and everything else. And he's trying to get his son back. Does that pain not hurt just as much if you're a parent? All I want to know is, how do we really define which pain is worse? Whose pain is worse, right? That's why I don't really look at it in that sense. I more so like to take the approach of pain is pain, right? Let's keep going.
Can you explain to us like what's going on with your situation?
Sure, of course. I ended up coming out here to get custody of him, like I said, and met a girl, and one thing led to another where I got introduced to the whole drug thing out here, and I got hooked. So now I'm a drug addict, pretty much.
So would you say it's hard to kick the habit?
Yeah, it's definitely hard to kick this habit. Definitely is. Definitely.
Can you explain to us the first time you used? How old were you?
It's the first time was about 3 years ago. 3 years ago, so 41, and I didn't like it, man. That was the first time. I was 41 3 years ago, and it's been downhill ever since. Like really downhill. I thought being in New York, where I'm from, is worse than being in Baltimore, but it's not. Like it's different out here. It's way worse.
It's not about it's way worse. It's from hood to hood. Like the struggle is the struggle. That's why people kill me when they be saying like, "Oh, I'm from here, I'm from there." Like, look. We got it bad where we at. You got it bad where you are. All right, or where you from. I mean, pain is pain. Struggle is struggle. Let's go.
What drove you to use it?
The girl that I met, really, that's what did it. Like I said, I came out here about 4 years ago. I met her a year after that, and that was it. Everything's been going downhill since I met her.
Can you explain to us, like, the first time you used the feeling?
The first time I used the feeling. The first time I used was 3 years ago. The feeling was, I didn't like it. I threw up. I didn't like it. I was nauseous, but for some reason, I wanted to do it the very next day all over again. I don't know why. I just wanted to try it. Insanity, I guess. And sure enough, it made things worse. You know, like I didn't like it. It just felt nauseous and dizzy.
Did you shoot or did you?
I shot. I was shooting.
So would you consider drug?
Space 44 super agents. The next thing you can't live without.
Let's think about that. Let's go ahead and take time and think about that, right? You come all the way somewhere and you meet somebody. You meet this person. You all get to talking, and all of a sudden now, 3 years later, here it is. You're hooked on something you never thought you'd be hooked on. You know, again, whose struggle is worse? Let's go.
In its own way, though. Not like a regular, you know, like diabetes or that type of thing. But yeah, in its own type of way, yes, definitely.
Can you describe to everybody like a day in the life for you, like when you wake up?
When I wake up, I definitely have to have a shot of dope when I wake up, or I get ill a couple hours after that. Once I do that, because I always make sure I have something in the morning. Once I do that, unfortunately panhandling, asking people for money so I could get what they call the next fix. And it's every day. It's just a repetitive thing every day that I'm doing. It sucks, man. It's not cool, but that's how my life's been up and down. It's been like that for the past 3 years now.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine living in that type of limbo? Can you just really take time and think to yourself, going through over and over and over again the same cycle, the same sweaty, dirty, uncertain cycle? It's uncomfortable. It's nothing assuring. You never know when you're going to get locked up for doing what you're doing. You never know when you're going to do something, get high, and not wake up. To think that you spend the rest of your life risking your life for something, like you're a slave to something that can take your life at any moment. You are a slave to something that can take your life at any moment. Again, a struggle is a struggle. We got somebody who was dealing with wanting to off themselves. We got somebody here right now who's dealing with drug addiction, and I would assume homelessness, because he got the book bag on. We all know what that book bag life look like if you've been outside enough, right? So let's go ahead and keep on going. I ain't gonna hold us. The time right now was 10:42 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. Let's go ahead and get back to this video.
Has it gotten any better? Sort of, in its own way. I've cut down a lot, but I've cut down basically from using 4 to 5 pills a day to 1.5, maybe 2. But it's not to say it's for me it's getting better. I think it's getting better, but I need to stop at 100%.
So what does a clean life look for you?
A clean life? Back to what I was doing. I used to work with my dad. We used to subcontract with BG&E, Baltimore Gas and Electric, doing maintenance on power lines, and I didn't mind that. All I did, woke up every morning, went to work, had a couple beers after that. Wasn't an alcoholic, just drank a little bit and just did it all over again. Like I liked it. I liked the sober life. I had my license, and I had a company vehicle. I was doing great. Till I, lost everything.
So what does your family think about what you do?
My mother unfortunately passed away last October. She was like my cheerleader. She was cool with me and everything, but of course she didn't like what I was doing. She tried her best to, get me into rehabs and stuff. And my father is currently in the state of Georgia. He's partially retired, waiting for me to get my act together so I could get back into the whole, game that I was in when I was with him, working.
So you said you came here to get custody of your son, right?
Yep.
So if you could give your son one message, if he's watching right now, what would it be?
Georgios, I love you, and I'm gonna do it. It's taking some time, but I'll be there.
One more question. What advice can you give to the younger generation that might want to step out here and use?
Do you really believe him when he said that? I don't. Why? Because he don't believe himself. That's all. It's not that I don't believe he can do it. He don't believe in himself. Again, a large factor as to why the doctors continuously talk to me and say, your healing is improving rapidly. It has a lot to do with my headspace. It has a lot to do with my outlook on everything that's going on around me. Am I going to keep on letting myself be defeated just because maybe it's some people who said, how stupid can you be for getting hit by a train? I can let that, sour everything if I wanted it to. Or I can go ahead and say, let me show you what happens after the person gets hit by the train, and let me show you the bounce back. Let me show you how vicious the bounce back is. That's the headspace you gotta have. See, the thing is, I want you to really pay close attention to a lot of what's being said with these people is the state of defeat. They gave up. They don't even know if they're in checkmate just yet. They don't know. It just feel like it is. Feels like the walls are closing in. People don't answer the phone for you like that. Probably was in a relationship, woman left you, the whole nine. There's a whole lot of that goes on. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, this out Bmore. AC. So this your hometown. You know what I'm saying? I got you, my G. You caught me too, because I was up here in the zone just talking. I was just in the zone talking. But yeah, it's right there. But yeah, man, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like people who really going through stuff. Like I said, the first character from earlier, I mean, I met him personally, and his story was sad when I knew him on the streets. But let's go ahead and keep on listening while we wait.
I've had that asked to me before, and all I said was try to stay away from it as much as you can. Eventually, you might slip, you might not. I hope you don't, but if you do, pick yourself right back up and don't try it again like I did the very next day. It's not even worth it. Just try, do your best not to. It's not worth it.
With what happened the other day at the street, that scared?
Yes.
Let's get it. This that go and get it. With no hesitation. This that never quit. Start that elevation. This that process. This that in the making. This that started from the bottom. This that motivation.
And shout out, what's up, Native? Are you on mute? Check your system. Might check 1, 2. Waiting for you to come through. Let's go ahead and give him a moment, ladies and gentlemen. We'll wait. As soon as I hear you talk, I'll go ahead and get you. It does say you're off mute, though. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with your sound. It says you're off mute. But let's go ahead and let's keep on listening. As soon as I hear you.
Check.
There you go. Okay. All right. There he is.
What's going on?
Man,
how you feeling? Yeah, I had to go into the settings and take it off and take it back on. I'm on Bluetooth right now outside.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up.
Yeah, man, that's sad, bro. That's sad, bro. And I say that's sad, bro, because addiction is nothing to play with, bro. Addiction is nothing to play with, bro. Like when you addicted to them kind of drugs like that, bro, like that has a hold on you, bro. Like it really does. And
right.
I know, man, I got, man, bro. I gotta say this, bro. Like I know, like weed is used recreational, and it doesn't really have the kind of effects that like the harder drugs have, but it still has a hold on you, bro. And this is coming from a person who first time smoking weed was in my adolescent ages. I was 8,
right,
bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was 8. So this is with, bro. Like when it comes down to drugs and stuff like that, bro, it's really on that person if they really want to change or not. Trust me, because one, it has to do with the person. Two, it also has to do with you know, like God, bro. Like God really
I'm listening to you.
would never stop smoking if I.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, okay.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I
Your
would have
mic was
never
going
stopped.
in and out. I got you. No, you good. No, I can hear everything you
Okay,
saying though. You just went out for a quick second. I heard everything else though.
okay, you still can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can- Okay,
Yep.
yeah, cause I'm outside, so it clicked off of Wi-Fi. So I man, I remember saying I wanted to stop smoking for a minute, and and I would keep going back to it. Like it had a hold on me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it really had a hold on me,
Oh,
and
trust me. I know
it
about
wasn't
it.
really. Yeah, it wasn't really till I started asking God to remove the addiction from me that I really started to feel like I was making a change, because then it went from
Damn it.
me. What's wrong? Can you hear me?
Yeah, nah, that shit
Okay.
weird. It like kicked you, then brought you right back up. You dropped for a quick second. Go ahead, keep on going.
Oh
You
dang.
sound clear now though.
Okay.
Just your
Yes.
avatar gone. Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah. It wasn't until I started asking God to help me that I started feeling the change in myself. Because then when I went back to smoking, I started convicting myself. You know what I'm saying? Like how you asking God to stop smoking, but you keep smoking. So then when every time I smoke, I would feel some type of way, because now I feel like I'm playing in his face. And and it wasn't until he, like I said, he gave me a test, you know, that one job I couldn't smoke, and then another job I could. And I had to make that decision. Do I keep going down the same path that's not leading me nowhere, or do I make a change? So, I made a change, and that was like the best thing for me, because everything started changing around me. My headspace started changing, and all that stuff, like my patience. And that's what people fail to realize. Like you gotta want to have that change within yourself. Yeah, and it's sad, and that's why I said it's sad, because we can hear like, oh boy, really want to do better, but that hold got him. So it's like, as long as that hold got him, he's not gonna be able to make no changes, no matter how much he say he want to do it. It's a hard process. You don't just do it overnight. You know what I'm saying? Because it comes illnesses. Like I went cold turkey. I went cold. I went cold turkey, and go go. I went cold turkey, and that joint messed me up. I went
Hmm.
cold turkey. That joint messed me up, bro. I'm talking about stomach was hurting. I couldn't eat bro. I couldn't eat for like 3 days, bro.
Yeah,
But
no, that happens. No, that happens.
yeah, yeah. But when I got over that initially, you know what I'm saying? Then then my appetite started coming back, and stuff like that. But I literally, bro, was like sick at one point in time, bro. Like stomach was turning. I was irritable. I was grumpy at a lot of different things. I was grumpy, like for no reason. So
Hmm. I see
yeah,
what
this
you.
is yeah, this the stuff. This is stuff that people don't tell you about addiction. Yeah, oh, I can stop smoking whenever I want to. that's bull crap. People who smoke cigarettes can't even stop smoking when they want to.
Nah, you literally got people that I've come across folks like while I was incarcerated, people that come in fresh. I already been in there for some time, so I'm broken in. I've seen people
Right.
coming fresh off the streets off of alcohol. Listen, I mean, they just do alcohol and nicotine and they got the shakes.
Yeah, bro, I'm
I
telling
mean
you.
the shakes. I'm talking about hand
Yeah,
will not stop you. It's shakes, real shakes,
yeah,
bro. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
Ain't
so
eat or nothing. They giving up every tray. I never forget. I ain't gonna lie. I was loving OG that was in my cell. He ain't eat nothing for like 3 weeks. I got every damn. I got extra meals for like
yeah,
3 weeks straight.
yeah, and bro, and that's like the part that people don't
He'll
don't
just eat little stuff
get to.
like cookies or something.
Something
Like
that
sweets.
you could
Yeah,
just put
that's
on
it,
your
bro.
stomach.
Like I give him, I just give him a honey bun or something, dog. He be like, "Nah, here you can take this whole chicken tray. Give me that."
Word,
So
word, real
I,
talk.
I definitely know exactly what you're talking about on that. But I wanted to ask you this as far as justification, bruh. So, I was talking earlier about, when pranks, go wrong, right?
Hmm.
So there's this one prank that happened and I wanted to talk about it just briefly. I want you to tell me what you think about it. All right. So I got it pulled up and how it ended is crazy.
Before
I
you
was thinking,
started, before you started, hold
go
on.
ahead.
I'm in the house now. Let me get off of this phone so I can come in clear and I can hear, see everything.
All right, so you about to switch over?
Yeah, I'm gonna switch over to the computer real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, do what you gotta do. Right here, right here, fam. Get it?
And Cassie cool truly fantastic type of individual, so incredible, unfettable, and I be jamming you, sir, on a regular though.
What we're going to be looking at is a prank gone wrong. So I just want to know. I got you, fam. So let me go ahead and remove. Let me do this. Nope, just kick, not ban. Bow. That's you, native.
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm here.
Nah, just making sure your mic good, everything. Okay. So look, right. I want you to tell me what you think about this because I actually, I don't know how old it is or not, but it came across my timeline. So it's new to me, damn it. And
Right.
I want to go ahead and look at it. And I want you to tell me what you think about this right here because the way it ended is crazy. But with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Let's see what we got.
Prankster. You can see the prankster. He's the 6'5" dude in the white baseball cap. His target is a guy named Alan Coley, and he's holding a bag of food he just picked up at the food court at the Dulles Town Center in Virginia.
Now, real quick, just to make sure everybody know, tall dude with the white hat, black hoodie. Okay, him right here. All right, he's pulling a prank. This guy right here has no clue it's a prank being pulled. Let's see what happens.
At one point, the 31-year-old Coley shoves the phone out of his face. But the prankster, 21-year-old Tanner Cook, is unrelenting. But the prankster never expected this reaction. A bullet fired into his stomach and liver. By some miracle, he survived.
Yeah.
Pause. I was just ready to say he's playing a dangerous game because in Virginia they got constitutional carry. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, they got constitutional carry down there in Virginia. So yeah, I mean, like everything that old boy just did, and that's the first thing that came to my head was like, yo, he's too aggressive to be doing a prank. That's not a state that you want to be doing pranks on because you don't know who's carrying and when they're carrying.
You and it, but look though, this this shit's crazy. You're right about that, right? Okay, so you're right about that. Listen, listen how this unfolds.
Fired into his stomach and liver. By some miracle, he survived. Coley was arrested, and a jury just found him not guilty of aggravated malicious wounding.
Is that it
Yeah.
was he justified, bruh?
Yeah.
For
He don't.
real?
Yeah, he don't know what's going on. Yo, bruh. If this was,
He
if
in the
that,
mall though, bruh. He's in the
nah,
mall.
it
Like
don't.
it's
It don't matter. It don't matter, Smitty. That state is constitutional carry, which means they have to right the bear arms. That means they can take their firearm wherever they need to take it at. If there's no signs on that mall or in that building anywhere that says firearms is not
not
permitted.
permitted. Yeah.
Yeah. It,
Firearms
it
prohibited.
yeah, if they don't have no signs on that, then that means I can go in this place with my firearm. And 9 out of 10 times, that place doesn't have those signs up there that says is prohibited. So that means what he was doing was being very aggressive. Old boy don't know what's going on. You see, he's trying to get away from him. I'm trying to get away from him. I'm trying to get away from him. Bro, keep
Right.
harassing me and cutting me off. Now, at this point in time, with him cutting me off and doing all this, I have no way to escape. So you're blocking me from my escape path. I'm trying to get out of here, but you're stopping me. At this point in time, I don't know what you're trying to do to me. Let me put one in you real quick to get you up off of me. Now, this would have been the problem if he would have shot him and then he would have shot him and shot him. You know what I'm saying? Like if he'd have let off more than one, he just popped one in on him. Bow, back up off me, bruh. That's reasonable right there. I was ready to say he ain't got no charges because that's self defense at this point in time.
You really think so?
Yeah, I know so. That's self defense, bruh. I don't know
Yeah,
what
but
you're
see,
doing.
there's so many, but see, there's so many different parameters that come with actual self-defense, is my point. Like, listen, like all right, for example, here in the state of Maryland, where both of us at, like, they have to be inside the house. You can't be in the yard and I can shoot you. I can't shoot you in the yard. You gotta be in the crib. You see what I'm saying? So my point
Exactly.
is that I was just, but at the same time, you're right though. It's VA. So
I was ready to say,
they
bruh, you got to think
they
of what
they wait.
state.
Hey look, and that's why we don't like to cross that Woodrow.
Uh huh.
That's
Uh huh.
why that's why we stay from across that Woodrow because we know
Yeah.
what time it is. And not
Yeah.
only that, they can get away with doing it.
Exactly. You might travel out there, be in somebody's backyard, don't even know you're trespassing, and they done put one in you, and all they had to say was, "Well, he was trespassing on my property. I ain't know he was out here. I'm trying to figure out what he was out here for," and they'll
That's
get
the
away with it.
yeah, yeah.
Bruh,
That
listen, this that's why it's so important to understand the laws of like each state that you're going to. Right? It's impossible to be like, oh yeah, I know what the laws is in Wisconsin. No, because I don't travel to Wisconsin. But if I had to go to Wisconsin, oh guaranteed, I'm trying to figure out, can I carry? How can I carry? What's the self defense laws on out here? Because just in case if I have to do something to somebody, I need to know how I'm gonna do it and if I'm gonna be in the right doing it or I'm gonna be in the wrong doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the first thing I was ready to say is, bro, he's playing a dangerous game by doing that in VA. That was that yo, those are gonna be my exact words. But I see them pull out and pop, well, I was like, yep, there you go.
Nah. You ain't lying about that, bro. Let's look. I want to finish looking at this, and then I got one more thing I wanted to ask you about that I wanted to chit chat with you about real quick, cause I want your thoughts about this, bro. Because we come, I believe, from two totally. I'm talking about folks like me and you, and these other people come from two totally different worlds when it comes to this. But let's finish listening to this real quick.
Prankster is seen leaving court with his mother after the verdict.
I really don't care. I mean, it is what it is.
That was the first time I seen the video. No mom wants to see their son be shot by a complete stranger. We respect what the jury says. And my family and I are just grateful and thankful that I have my son here.
His father says, in his opinion, the jury got it wrong.
Absolutely, that he was guilty. The 20-second video shows that in no way was his life on the line, and he did not need to have deadly force.
The prankster is being vilified online for his boorish behavior. The shooting was even a headline on SNL's Weekend Update back in April.
So you telling me that you got you got nationwide shows like SNL making a joke about that shit? You do realize that will incite more people to want to go do it. Like, dude, let's go get shot so we can get on TV. Oh man,
Bruh.
A Virginia man
Oh,
who
what's
pranks.
up? What's up?
The thing about it though, the thing that makes it bad is that I don't think he really learned his lesson. Because he's still acting childish. Even though he almost lost his life, he's still acting child. I guess in a way, you know, it's like, oh yeah, I've been shot. It's not traumatizing enough to stop me from, you know, being who I am. I get it. You know, that's who you are. That's who you like to have fun. But at the same time, you know, again, you're playing a dangerous game, and that goes to all the pranksters out here that want to do pranks on people. A lot of people don't have time for that. We in a place where mental illness is a real thing.
Right.
Again, we lucky he
That's
didn't
right.
have an episode, shoot him, stand over him, and shoot him again. We lucky he just shot him that one time to let him know, like, bro, back up. I'm not playing with you. That's what that shot was. That was that, boy, back up. I ain't playing.
Nah,
Because
you
he could have,
got a point.
yeah, because he could have really did him dirty, bruh. He could have really did him dirty. He could have really shot him more than one time.
Nah, you got a point there. You got a point there. My whole thing is the fact of I'm just like, why would you play with your life knowing how many people, like, you don't know what people's headspace is, their mental mind state capacity, nothing, bruh. Like, I'm not playing with nobody like that, bruh.
Yeah,
I'm not doing no wild shit. Like you got me effed up. I'm
bro.
sorry.
Bro, he came out of nowhere, started putting the phone in his face. The guy
You don't
kind of
know who that guy
dismissed him.
beefing with.
Yeah, like he not only that though, he dismissed him, and then when he seen he was getting agitated, instead of being like, oh, it's just a prank, you know, or something like that, ending it because he can see he's agitating. What he's doing is provoking. You're
Right.
provoking. You're provoking the action, and this is why the jury don't have the sympathy that they need to have, is because you're provoking the action out of him, and then when you get that action out of him, how could we be mad? Because you're provoking this action.
Right.
That's that's one of the main things in our like our laws, is that if somebody is in a threatening manner, not to
Right.
provoke them, or not to engage or say stuff that'll instigate the situation more. Because now what you're doing is you're setting up this scene for it to go bad by me, by say you're mad at me, and you're getting irate, and I'm like, nah, forget you, nah, you a hoe, you this, you that. And now when you get it, now when you react, and then I react,
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? They gonna look at me like, well, why didn't you walk away? Why didn't you leave it alone? Why would you still instigate the situation more to cause this scene?
I see what you're saying now. No, that's actually a very good point, actually. You know, a lot of people don't know enough about de-escalation, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that is like the biggest thing. Now, speaking of de-escalation, I want to know what you think about this guy right here and how much of a troublemaker and or just misguided. What's your thoughts about this guy right here, sir? Let's talk about him.
That J Prince family Rico is coming. They can't keep getting away with this. So earlier today, we did a video where we broke down how NBA YoungBoy's closest associate, NBA Ben 10, was shot and almost killed earlier today in Houston. Well, we got more details on who's involved and who's responsible for him being shot and almost killed.
Thanks. Well, right now, Houston police are searching for the man they say opened fire inside of a popular restaurant last night.
Yeah, police say this all started with an attempted robbery inside Confessions on Kirby Drive. KHOU11's Devon Rami joins us live from outside this morning. Devon, what are police saying about the person who opened fire and where he might be right now?
Yeah, that's the big question here this morning is where this suspect could be. And they are actively looking for him right now, combing through surveillance video as well as information that they've gained from witnesses. But this all took place behind me here in the restaurant and lounge there called Confessions up on the second floor of this building here behind me off of Upper Kirby. Houston police say the call came in around 11:30 last night, and investigators say two men tried to rip chains off another man's neck, taking him to the ground during the robbery. It's still unclear if the men knew each other. Police say after the chains were taken, though, several others jumped in, turning the situation into a large, violent fight with multiple people attacking the victim moments before the victim somehow was able to pull out a gun and started shooting.
Multiple people got hit.
Hold
The
on,
most famous
pause.
person that got hit, his name is NBA.
All right, we gotta be
What I'm trying to
careful.
figure out briefly, I'm glad you told me pause it. I want to know how much of this is actually Ben 10's fault for being a crash dummy, or how much of this is Jay Prince Jr.'s fault.
I'm ready to get
Here we
into
go.
that. We was just talking about it. Yeah, we don't need to watch no more of this because
Got
you know
you.
Flacco he
Ben
be
10.
he
Now,
be
the
on.
police.
Yeah,
My bad.
yeah. No, you good. Flacco, he be on people using his content. I don't need you getting hit because yeah, he
Oh
don't
shoot,
want
I
us
didn't know.
talking about.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
shout out Flacco, bro. We just want to set the scene,
Oh
bro.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
I know
Definitely,
how.
definitely. Just to have a conversation.
Yeah,
That's all it's about.
yeah. I know how Flacco is. Um, yeah, we was just talking about it. You know what's funny though, right? And I want people to really think about this, right? We don't blame the shooter for shooting. You see what I'm saying? In this case, we don't blame the shooter for shooting. And you want to know why? Because how many of y'all remember when this fool Ben 10 talked about they should make a whole city or a town or whatever where we
Where
can
all the
kill each
yeah.
other?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, guess what? You got what you asked for. You want to be a shooter so bad. Why are we crying for a shooter getting shot? Why are we crying? Bro, when people go to the army to go kill other people, bro, they know what they signed up for.
Not even just that. back in the gladiator days.
Yeah, bruh.
Watch this. They all weren't slaves.
Nah.
A lot of them were men who went to sign up either to pay off some debt if they went,
Mm-hmm.
or just to make a living.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what happened when a gladiator's blood got spilled in the Coliseum?
We cheered.
Cheered. People were
Mm-hmm.
cheering.
Mm-hmm. And if you didn't kill the person, bro, you got rocks thrown at you and all types of stuff, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying that to say this, right? It's like what Mike Tyson says. Everybody got a plan till they get punched in the face. Everybody a shooter till they get shot. Then when they get shot, now they want to claim victim. Nah, you ain't no Vic. There ain't no Vic. Because if you would have got the drops on him, then you would have been a real nigga.
Now that's a fact. Had you made it out safe, who was the dude? OG33 or something? All these other people who was waiting outside for them to come outside with the chain.
Mm-hmm.
If you would have made it out there, y'all would have been celebrating.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't have no sympathy for dumb niggas doing dumb nigga stuff, and then when they get shot, you gotta be like, oh, yo, that's messed up. You shouldn't. Again, this is and I like King Von. Don't get it twisted. I like King Von, but this the King Von situation all over again. You're a shooter, but the one time you don't do what you normally do, you get shot, and then we're supposed to sit there and be sad. Like, no, because if you'd have got the drop on them, then your fame and popularity and your notoriety would have shot through the roof for being the killer that you is, for being the real nigga that you is. But now that you got shot, we gotta feel sad for that. Nah, we can't. How can we? When you sit yourself out to be who that is. Now, if you was just a normal person, and then you just got into a fight and old boy backed out on you, then we can feel some type of empathy or sympathy. Like, dang, that's kind of messed up, bro. You couldn't just give him the one. But that wasn't the situation. You were a bona fide street shooter, killer. I'm really like that. Okay, well, every dog got his day. You a tough dude, but you're not the only tough dude in the world.
Nah, you ain't lying. It's always somebody. It ain't even about bigger and badder.
Yeah.
It's about, like how we say in football, any given Sunday.
Yeah.
You got teams that was estimated to lose. They won on that Sunday.
Exactly.
Any given Sunday. Meaning you never know.
You never know. And on top of that, bruh, y'all had the ups on them. Y'all had the ups on them. So at the end of the day, a lot of people gonna ride with the underdog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had the ups on him. He came out on top. Y'all did what y'all did, but he came out on top. So do you say next time he'll choose his battles wisely?
Who you talking about?
Ben 10.
What battles? What next battle?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the whole point of what I was saying.
And really, I mean, if it is the case, condolences, or definitely wishing well.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't think. Look, we all saw what happened to Wooski, right? After that church incident, he ain't been doing that. He barely can hold a daggone sentence in an interview.
Yeah, and he ain't Yeah, he ain't doing what he used to.
And that's
Bruh.
not a shot to him. It's just I'm just giving an example of what really happens when, like, nah, nigga, that's nah, you retired. It's over. It's
Yeah.
over.
But you gotta learn how to use your motor skills all over again. That'll change your mind frame.
Yep.
He bet.
Varney.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The one that beat with Dirk and shit like that. He got put
Yep.
in a wheelchair.
Yep.
He ain't sliding. I don't give what he say. Since that day, he ain't. No, he'll make music about it. He'll hang with people who still do it, but he ain't. No, he's retired.
Yeah, he
That's over
retired.
with. That's it. It's over.
Yeah.
I don't
So
care
yeah.
what they trying to fool you to thinking. They just don't want to lose that reputation and image.
Yeah. So I don't have no sympathy for a person who says, yeah, we need to start our own town so that we can slide for the real shooters. We could do what the shooters do. We can kill each other how we want to. We can slide and all that. Okay, shooter. Okay. Now you got shot. Now you looking for the victim card. Now you want the sympathy. Nah, I can't give it. Sorry. Because at the end of the day, I got kids, I got a son, I got daughters, and I don't teach them to do stuff like that, and I don't agree with them doing stuff like that.
That's exactly where I am with it, right, bro? Listen, even down to me thinking about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember when Vlad first started. Now, I ain't talking about the snitch FBI part of Vlad. I'm talking about the giving, I guess, like a second life back to a lot of our icons.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, like, let's take time and think about this. Vlad has interviewed all kind, Godfrey, a Wayans brother here and there, old comedian, Shucky Ducky, whoever, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He interviews all these people. The one thing that I've noticed, and I don't think these young bloods really get it, one day y'all gonna wake up and realize it ain't nobody around to tell the story. But and so my point is, and why I talk about the Vlad part is, they were trying to make fun of y'all old blah 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 blah. And it's like, dog, do you not know how rich that is to a lot of us to like hear them and to see they're still around at least? You know what I mean? Even though we can see the wrinkles on their face, whatever, the hair's gray, somebody's bald now, whatever it may be, they're still here.
Mm-hmm.
And I genuinely believe that from Chicago to a lot of these other places, there has been some kind of like systematic, like, I guess you can say, they've purposely allowed these dudes to off each other. It ain't no way you're gonna tell me, as much as we used to see these lives, bruh, all of us from our days and everything from our era, like just the simple fact of even like, say a gun flashed in the camera. Oh man, don't you even, Nick, take that down. Get rid of that. We not showing nothing. We not talking about nothing. We ain't doing none of that. And so I just noticed how like there's been a total shift in how they move, and like just the total disregard for life, period. That's out the window.
That's why I said, and I don't know if it was me and you talking about this before, but I had mentioned this before, is that's why they need, if you beefing on the record label and somebody dies because of this beef on this record label, that not only should they sue the person, but they should sue the record label as well. Because now what that does is that holds the record label accountable.
I guarantee you in those contracts is something that has a clause in there, especially with the drill artists,
Mm-hmm.
where if your ass, if you go out here and something happened like a King Von moment or what have you, you ain't had no business being there in that parking lot. You ain't had
Mm-hmm.
no business fighting. Folks was trying to hold you back. You pushing through them. Look, man. Again, I don't believe it's good that it happened. I'm not with that. I don't
Nah.
steer any of it on. It's just my whole thing is like when we really take time to think, like, I'm not saying they deserve it either. I'm just really trying to think how to word it. F it. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. F that shit. Cause I mean, I'm sick of beating around the bush. Um, when you make your bed, you lie in it.
Yeah, bruh, that's exactly what I say.
Period.
That's exactly what I say. And what I want people to remember, is also, not only do you make your bed and you lie in it, that you have an account that needs to be settled. You have debt that needs to be settled. So you can shoot somebody, but guaranteed at the end of the day that debt is going to have to be settled one way or the other.
Now watch this. I'll give you the absolute perfect example of that. Gucci and Pooh Shiesty.
There you go.
Gucci.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not talking about whether or not you snitching or not, but you done robbed basically the whole Atlanta. You done robbed all these people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now you want to go ahead and you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I can understand why the streets, listen, this is the only reason why I can understand why the streets like, nigga, what did you doing? Because all the people that you done got over on,
Mm-hmm.
have you been locked up for it? You see?
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody's thought about that aspect of it. Like, this dude has done a lot of stuff. So to break it down and to lead up to what you talking about, yeah. Even though it didn't come back from the people who you actually robbed, got you back. Nah, it's called universal law.
Mm-hmm.
And
You got a
yeah.
debt to pay.
So I think it was like 500K worth of jewelry. Lord knows if that's right around the calculation from a 10K here, a 5 bands there, a 400 here, and everything else that adds up to, yeah, the universe got that shit back. It got it back. Went on ahead and got the money back.
Yeah. And that's what people fail to realize, bro. When you got a debt to pay, the Lord gonna come settle that account.
And I love this right here too. I never forget Pops giving me this. Shout out to my Pops. Again,
Salute to
it's
Pops.
just, yeah, man, it's just like the puff of air, right?
Mhm.
Right now, as we speak, you can go ahead and inhale as deep as you want. What you did was you simply just took a puff of air away from the universe, the entire universe, out of all the oxygen, all of the space. You took one damn puff. Did nobody record it? You was in a dark ass bathroom. Did nobody see nothing? Let your behind not exhale at some point. You know what? The universe is going to demand your life, or you're going to give that puff of air back. My point is, that is how precise the universal law works, and you will give that shit back. Oh, you're gonna give it back.
Oh yeah, that's why you give that final exhale before you transition.
Exactly, because when you come into this world, the first thing you do was inhale, then cry.
Mm-hmm.
The very last thing you do when you leave this world is you exhale completely. Exactly. You empty the lungs. You're absolutely right. So what you do, so when you came into this world, watch this. Let's say you live to be 90. World was like, I remember that day you came in this world. You took that. Remember that breath of air you took before you started crying? Need that back.
Need that
Need
back.
that. Need that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
nah,
what?
that's
So what makes you think you can rob a bunch of people and the universe is not going to be like, need that back?
real talk. Real talk.
Come on
But
now.
they call that the law of exchange.
Yeah, I mean, basically, yeah. I mean, what I was saying, yeah, the universal law. Basically, what one gives, one must withdraw. So, like, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sorry, what one receives, one must withdraw. So it's like, to withdraw, you take it out. So it's like whatever you receive, whatever you get, you better give that back. You
Facts.
gotta give it back
Got to.
at some point, some way, somehow.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
And unfortunately, but listen though, this is the part I wanted to talk about as well though. What's his name? Jay Prince. I don't know. What is your take on? Do you believe that any of this, because they saying they're trying to put a RICO charge on him? Do you believe that, you know what I'm saying? That's just considering he wasn't actually fighting, but he was there, so on and so forth. Do you think that,
Again, you got a score to settle. You got debt. You got a debt that needs to be paid, bro. Rather, yeah, man, you gonna pay it, or the father gonna pay it. Somebody gonna pay it. Somebody gonna pay it. So,
Nah,
yeah.
you got a good point on that. Because I mean, I'm just saying before we get ready to get up out of here, because I appreciate you. Now, this was dope. This was dope. I just be thinking to myself, like, how did we get to the point where we just totally threw away all, let's say, guard of life, to have no regard to it at all? Like, I mean, literally, like, we just really don't care if we want to leave now. And I'm noticing it's a lot more people. And I don't mean for a righteous way. See, these people aren't saying, I want to be close to God. I want to die in battle, in a holy battle or something. No, these people are saying, I just don't want to be here no more. And I really wonder, where does this come from? Like, what wave signals are in the air? What kind of vibrations and frequencies has all of this being the way that it is?
Yeah, that's a good question, bro. That's a good question. Because like, man, it's
a
so
lot
much.
of people. Yeah, go ahead. My bad. Sorry.
No, you good. I would say it's so much negativity, and there's so much, darkness, that a lot of people is just looking. It's like, man, how much more can you take? How worse can it get? You know what I'm saying? And when you think you done seen the worst, it's something else that happens that'd be like, man, bruh, I can't believe this is going on. So I can see one. I can empathize with those people, because ultimately I was like that at one point in time as well. Like, bro, I'm just ready for this stuff to be over. I'm tired of this, bro. Like, nothing good is going on. You know what I'm saying? Nothing good.
But let me ask you this. Do you believe that this is a form of modified, let's call it modified genetically induced depression, which turns us into zombies? So like
No.
basically, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
because I'm seeing a lot of people. I mean, you know, like, because really think about this. There's so many games. Think of how many games and advertisements you see, how many shows that always keep displaying zombies. I'm going somewhere with this. And then I look around and I see how many people are just zoned out, like completely tuned out to real reality, and are in a zombie-like state. I'm not talking about just drug addicts and around
Yeah, I know what you
Philly.
mean.
You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about people in corporate America, everything else. But go ahead. I just wanted to elaborate a little bit just so you really get where I was at. Go ahead though.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying, and I spoke about this before. It said it's gonna come a point in time where where a lot of this stuff is gonna be pushed out there so much that it's gonna make people physically numb and mentally numb to what is going on, bro. We just last year or maybe I think it was last year.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Was it last year?
No, I don't know. I'm
No,
just saying, yeah, like I'm
no,
listening.
no.
I'm listening.
24. It was 24. We just seen Donald Trump almost get assassinated live on TV. When
Yeah, that was
have
last
we?
year. That was last year.
That was last year. 25.
Yeah, last year.
Okay. When have we ever seen a person almost get assassinated on TV? Never. The last time we even seen somebody get
I'm
executed
trying to
like that
think.
was actually
Dr. King.
there you go. Look how long ago that was.
Yeah, I think Dr. King.
And
No,
that wasn't
no,
even
him and him.
bro.
I don't know which was first. Hold on, real quick. Which was after him or Kennedy?
I think
Because we
Kennedy
got
was
those two.
first.
Okay, so Dr. King would be the latest. Okay, got you.
Yeah,
Right there.
I think Kennedy was first and then King came after.
Okay.
But
And y'all
what
correct us if we wrong.
yeah, correct us if we wrong. But needless to say, those wasn't widely broadcast like that. Now it's so in your
Wait a minute.
face.
Wait a minute. You're saying that when King went, that wasn't widely broadcast, and Kennedy?
Bruh, I'm talking
Are you
about
serious?
I'm talking about physically watching it. I wasn't
Yes.
I wasn't born around that time.
Man, though, from
Was
what
I? No, I don't think I was born around that time.
Nah, I think that's before both of us. That's before both of
Yeah.
us. Nah, bruh. Nah. That was absolutely like, especially Kennedy.
I
mean,
know
'cause that's,
Kennedy. I
bruh,
know
that's a whole
Kennedy.
president, bro. That's a president, bruh.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I know
he
Kennedy
parade
has
limo,
new
like,
coverage, news
yeah.
coverage, but what I'm all right. So ultimately,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying is at the rate that it is now, it wasn't like that back in the day.
I
In
see what you're saying.
in the okay, all right, cool. But
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
figured
saying,
that. I figured that. Yeah.
yeah, because it was like a parade or something. So I'm pretty sure that
Yeah, that
people
was
was
huge
watching.
back then, bro. That was
Yeah.
both of them. That was huge.
But ultimately, what I'm saying is,
Mm-hmm.
it's so thrown in your face now at this time. And remember, I wasn't born in that time, so I don't really know how media really worked back in that time. But in this time, bro, we
I don't
see
even think Jen was born.
we seen Nipsey Hussle die. We seen King Von die. We seen the
Pac
president get
did.
shot. We seen Tupac get shot.
That's
And
what
these
I said.
and these is like and this gradually increased since that time. says Nipsey, says Vaughn, is gradually increased to the point that now we can go on YouTube and we can see people getting shot at on YouTube. We can see people get shot on ring cams. We can see assassinations. We can see all types of stuff, and there's so much of it that people now, when they see it, they're desensitized to it. They're numb to it. It's like, oh man, look at this. Let me share this to 50,000 people around the world. Let me share this to my homies, and my homies gonna share it to their homies, and now you just it's just a cluster of this stuff going out, bruh. You see what I'm saying?
I found out that the officer that dove when I was under the train, I was screaming and kicking for dear life. You know that body cam footage is out there. It's on the deep web. I actually I came across it one time, and somehow or another I got blocked out of it. Can't get back to it because I've been digging. I've been searching.
Wow.
Deep. Yeah, I've been searching deep for that footage, man.
Oh, Jen, it definitely increased. It definitely increased. We see it. Bro, it came to a point where I had to tell my cousin, like, bro, don't send me stuff with people dying, bro. I don't want to see. I don't want to see stuff with people dying, bro.
I had to cuss out. I'm serious. Nah. I cussed him out. My homeboy sent me one of them. Down in the woods, a woman, let's say from the shoulders up action, cartel stuff. And I said, man, don't you be sending me no like that, like
yeah.
Bruh, I don't like, because I didn't know what it was at first. Hold on.
I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Same children.
Can y'all hear me? Hey, sugar.
My bad. All of us on mute. My bad. Yeah.
Well, it does
Salute.
that after you.
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna
Salute Jen in the building. What's going
Hey,
on?
sugar. It's gonna do that after you play a video. Everyone has to unmute themselves.
YouTube playing games. It used to automatically take it off. That's what I'm used to. I mean,
Right,
StreamYard. Yeah, StreamYard.
Right. So you have to announce that. Otherwise, the person's because everyone is used to it and it just changed. You have to announce that. Yeah,
That's
you have to announce
crazy.
it when you play a video. Don't forget to take yourself off manually. Take yourself off mute because it's gonna mute everyone, but it won't unmute you anymore. So you have to announce it and say, "Hey guys, don't forget. After I play these videos, you have to take yourself off mute."
Nah, but look though.
If you walk away like during a video, like I did, and go to the bathroom, you're gonna be on mute and not know it.
Nah,
You
but
can
watch this though.
put in your ticker.
I'm up here trying to tell y'all that my ass is on mute too.
Yeah, like when I saw that, I'm just gonna put it
I'm
in
not
my.
used to it either, so I'm up here trying to talk to y'all, and I got to take myself off mute. So
Well, it just started, so I don't think we all getting used to it because you're like it
I
just
gotta
happened
get
like
used
last,
to that shit. That's
like a
all.
week
It
ago
ain't
or
never
so.
used to do that.
It
But
just
what you
happened.
got for this so far? Go ahead, talk to us. Yeah. Glad you're here.
Well, I
Talk.
said it in the chat to the point where, that you guys, the fact that how what's the age bracket on this up here? Because what are you like in your 30s, and you're in your 40s, Smitty?
I think AC is
I'm 39.
Yeah, I'm about to say
Yeah,
he's like
so
2-3 years under me. Yeah.
So I think that's part of the gap because you ever seen these TED Talk videos where they say like this generation that we're in, not the 30-year-old people, it's the 40s on up, like the 40s and 50s, I guess is that Generation X people, where we actually were here when everything started, and versus how no shade to you, but you're 39 and you came into certain things that were already changed. Whereas our generation saw them before and saw them after. So when we say that some of the violence and things that hasn't changed, it's only really because we were there before the internet and we were there after the internet, as opposed to some of you guys. We're not saying it's, disrespectfully to the 30-year-olds and the, you're just about to be 40.
Oh,
So
bro, don't
we're
just
not.
say it.
I'm saying it. I'm just saying it. So, and no disrespect to that generation or that age group of people, it's just that you were born after certain things had changed over. So you
still a
weren't there.
millennial. You still a millennial.
I'm not saying that. What the fuck is wrong? I'm saying that you weren't here. As a matter of fact, you weren't even fucking on the earth when they invented, when things changed. So you can't say, well, it's the same, because you weren't even fucking here when it changed to be differently. When the whole world was able to get an Amber Alert, some of you guys were babies, and some of us were some of us were teenagers. That's a big difference in comprehension of what's going on in the world. If an Amber Alert was created, I remember when the man's son got snatched to create the America's Most Wanted. But you don't remember the show,
I
why
don't
he
remember
started that show. So that's the difference in the crime, which you talk about crime. Y'all just didn't see it, and the internet came in your lifetime. In my lifetime, the internet came. In your lifetime, the internet was already here. So therefore, you grew up in the world where you can see things in your hand, and the news went from having an actual paper, which was a whole obituary section of everybody who died this week and this month, versus whether you want to look at the section of that on your phone is a choice, whereas the obituary, the newspaper, all of it came to your front door whether you wanted all of it or not. It's not like on your phone where you can choose not to look at TMZ and say, tell YouTube, don't give me this more of this information. You didn't have that choice when you subscribed to the newspaper. You got the newspaper and you got all the news, good, bad, the ugly, beautiful, and the sales, and the Toys R Us catalog. So you guys weren't able to see, is what I'm saying, that some of the violence is the same. It's just that we didn't have, I don't think y'all remember when I told the story the other day, the police officer cars at one point didn't have computers in them in Detroit, because there was a time period where they changed over from that to being like the laptop situation. So that means you didn't experience someone pulling you over and then they can't go look you up. They have to call back to the station and say, hey, do you have Smitty Jones driver's license number?
I remember
and wait.
that.
You know what I'm saying? Because there was no technology in the car to say, let me go pull him up. They couldn't scan your plate by driving behind you like they can now and pull up your whole thing to do a felony in 3 other states. They can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So before, it wasn't like that. And then also some information didn't cross state lines. There was a big deal with the whole Mason-Dixon crossing over to Mississippi. So you could easily be a degenerate in California and come over to Michigan and nobody would know for a long time. And you could be all here. That's how serial deleters got around, because they knew that if they deleted in 13 people in California, they just had to move to Idaho, move to New Jersey, move to South Dakota, and because they weren't crossing information, that it was out there. These folks was deleting habitually because they felt like it. But now someone can record. Now we have video imagery of Jeffrey Dahmer. That while that lady was living next door to him, she had no way to record everything except for her calls into the police. Now she could take her phone and walk over there and knock on it and be like, y'all smell this shit? So it's not that it was less or more, even so much that it's still the same, but now everyone can see it.
Now everybody can see it.
And they can literally go and see it right now. Before they even call 911, they would record you getting your ass beat or getting mauled by a dog. But that you wouldn't hear about that kind of certain stuff. And then for the fact that I'm gonna land it here, for the fact that it traveled the way that it traveled, you would hear about it in your neck of the woods, but you wouldn't hear about it until later on this week. You still heard about it, but you heard about, you heard about what happened over there in Detroit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think that's where I agree. I agree with you saying. I think that's like what I was trying to convey is that, and I now I see why you put it. It's not really. It hasn't really increased. I see what you're saying now. It's just now it's just more open to the public more than what because back then we really had to watch the news, or like you said, we had to wait till America's Most Wanted. And I didn't know how America's Most Wanted started, but I always seen the show America's Most Wanted. Um, yeah, but now like I was saying, you know, it's just widely open for consumption from everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's shared to me, and I shared it to Smitty. Smitty shared it to 30 of his homies, and then 30 of his homies shared to 30 of their homies. So it just gets around so fast, and and like I said, it's so it's so desensitized that that now it just became kind of like a entertainment purpose. Like a lot of people find entertainment out of watching it. Like, oh, bro, you see how he died? Oh man, look, you can see the moment he died. It's like, bro, like, how do you y'all find entertainment out of people dying?
Well, you got to think back to in real life because this will go back and give you another kind of a timeline on how the violence and how you just said how you can go up here and be entertained by this. But think about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Think about the series of Freddy. Think about the Jason Voorhees series. Think about
Yeah,
all those things that we heard that. And then you think about think about horror movies. There's a whole channel, right? There's a whole channel
yeah,
dedicated just to horror movies. Every year we celebrate for a whole 30 days during Halloween. It's the spookiest season of the year. There's
yeah,
movies that predate me and you being born. So there's movies that are older than 50 years old that are talking about severing heads or a spirit rising and taking over and dragging someone under the bed.
yeah,
There's movies that are 30 over 40 years old right now. So that was before you were born. There was still someone having this concept, right? The Shining, The Thing, The Omen, all those movies that were desensitizing us before the internet started showing us the guy around the corner, breaking into your house, right? So think about all that beforehand, because remember, there are people who celebrate the Halloween season like it's just a regular holiday, right? So just like Christmas, they go all out, they go out for Halloween. Not necessarily subscribing to the wicked nature of Halloween, more so the entertainment of
the
Halloween.
entertainment.
They're not
Yeah,
they're not out here stirring up, breaking, putting bones together and stirring up pots and putting spells. There are people who are doing that. So we're not going to say, oh, what about the people who are practicing witchcraft? Those folks don't wait for Halloween to do it. We're talking about the folks that turn up only during Halloween because of what? We want to see
the entertainment.
exactly. We want to see all the movies, the Twitches, the Tia and Tamara, the Great Pumpkin, Shotty Brown, all those nostalgic, the candy, the trick or treating, the dressing up. All that's for the what? The entertainment. So we've been well indoctrinated in this, and well desensitized before the internet started showing us Michael Brown being slayed in the middle of the street, right?
Yeah,
Before we saw Trayvon Martin's dirt and hoodie on the ground,
yeah,
we had already been seeing Jason Voorhees snatch someone's guts out, and Freddy, a whole fictitious entity, a dream, come and take your life. You know what I
yeah,
mean? We didn't see a
yeah,
shark that shreds someone to shreds. So now we're gonna sit here and see Michael Brown like what? We didn't see the movie Colors, right? Remember Colors? Remember Harlem Nights? Remember Harlem Nights was funny, but what was that New York? What was the and My Brother's Keeper? All those
yeah.
people getting shot in the street over drugs,
South Central
South
and
Central, right? So
yeah,
now we're gonna look at Michael Brown and be like, oh my God, we're shocked. Now
yeah.
we're gonna be like, oh, now they done strangled the man and he can't breathe, but now we surprised, but we done seen,
I
police came at first 48 already before this happened.
yeah. I guess for me is it's because it's happening in real time like that. You know, I like my mama used to watch. She used to have me sit there with her and watch First 48. I always watch First 48 and stuff like that. But that'd probably be as far as I go when it come down to real time, like
And you know what First 48
murders and
was?
stuff.
that was supposed to be a parent's version of Scared Straight. Like, I can't send you to that, so you sit here and watch what these guys are going through. And it was kind of like to put that in your mind, like, oh, I don't want to end up like him. That's crazy. Right?
Yeah.
You're not watching it like, yeah, I'm finna be that gang because I'm finna be hard just like that nigga.
Yeah.
Your mama's hoping that you see him and be like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, real
I'm
talk.
never
That's what
going
it
to
did.
jail.
That's what it did for me.
Right. Your mama's hoping that you would Scared Straight. Be like, sit down, come in here and watch his first 38 with your mama. You like, I don't want to see a nigga going to jail because that's not my program, Mom. What you talking about? Let me watch Malcolm X because I got a dream. Like, come on, Mama, what you doing? But hopefully that was her plan, like subconsciously, like maybe this will scare him and he see this stuff and he won't be so tempted to get into that life, you know. So again, for the entertainment, because she knew that this, you know, he was my child to look at this and be like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, that definitely was me. I used to watch them and be like, heck no, bro, y'all, y'all
Like,
tripping.
how you get in? How you get arrested if you were supposed to be running? How this happen? I used to be watching them. I used to be watching them like, how did you not clear the fence, bro? You was running. Like, don't you do this regularly? It's your neighborhood. Don't you know where you're going?
Right.
I used to be so confused on first birthday. They'd be like, we caught him in the backyard by the pigeon coop. I'm like, you didn't know you was running through the hood. You didn't know where you were going. This your hood. So yeah, first birthday used to crack me up.
So
they used to have they'd be getting caught for the dumbest stuff. Well, I was going to the store to get a cup of ice, and you know what?
all right. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead. So listen, because I got two short. It's like shorts, right? That's something that is very much so I wonder about. So I want to ask you guys this first before I push play. Why do you think that people are nasty to each other online? Why do you think people are so mean and cruel? Why is it that the internet never loses and all of that?
No, the chat never loses.
Yeah.
It's not the internet.
Why are people so mean to each other online? And your personal opinions first before we hear what they say.
Because a lot of times people, they want to fit in. They want to fit in. So yeah, you may have, and I seen this before. You may have some people that start off in an engagement with them that be positive, but then if the chat, if the people start to see like, oh, it's more negative comments than it is positive, then I don't want to seem like the oddball and put something positive in there, and then they'll start talking about me. So just let me go ahead and fit in with what's going on.
I bet that, Jim. What you got?
That's peer pressure.
Before we push play on this, just in a nutshell, and then we could talk about it after it's done, of course.
What you said? Because they want to fit in. No, I don't know if I agree with that. I agree with that so wholeheartedly. Why are people so mean on the internet? I think they're unhappy and they are lashing out to someone who they deem is weaker than them because they're hiding behind a screen and an avatar. So it's like the person hiding behind the big person saying, yeah, and your mama, and then they stand behind the bigger person because they know you can't get to them. So I think it's that they have like these virtual balls, this virtual courage that this internet, only on the internet, because you can't sometimes see them or you can't get to them. That's really what they're hiding behind. So now they're going to be mean and they're going to say all the things that they wish they could have said to the person who actually hurt their feelings. Right.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why I think they're being mean. I feel they may want to fit in too, but primarily is I think because they never got a chance to say "fuck you, Smitty" to your face. So now they be online and everybody is.
Let's watch the F.
I'm sorry. F you,
okay.
Smitty. I've been always, that nigga Smitty back in 3rd grade took my popsicle, and they still pissed, and now they just use the internet as a means to get that out.
All right. Let's listen to what he says.
The mainstream media and social media are doing a phenomenal job of talking about what's wrong. Just so everybody knows, fear sells. Fear is the currency of our society right now. The reason everyone's pointing fingers and talking shit 24/7, 365 is fear. It's insecurity.
Oh, fear of like not being paid attention to.
Just the whole macro game. If your framework in life is negativity, insecurity, and fear, you will be mean. If it's positivity, optimism, and lack of fear, you will be nice. The mainstream media and social media are doing.
What do you think? There we go.
I think me and Jen kind of hit it both on the head. I think two things is right at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, cause one is what I said and one is what she said.
So it's the fear of not. So it's that you haven't fit in your whole life. You're a weirdo, right? You're weird. You didn't come up like you didn't have the Anton Daniels effect. You didn't come up. You still are weird. You still still look awkward. You still haven't gotten all the attention that you think you're supposed to have gotten. Right? Remember, because a lot of this is entitlement that I'm an American, I'm a person, I'm a human just like you. So why don't, they're looking at you and they say, man, they over here, all the ladies over here hanging out with AC and they don't know why. They never knew why. They just jealous of the attention that they never gotten. And then they get online and then they can get attention for being a degenerate. They can get attention for having a potty mouth. They can get all the attention. And for some people, you ever experienced that in a relationship? I had a boyfriend that was like that he didn't mind if I called him an idiot or anything because all he wanted was my attention. And I'd be like, baby, this is not good. You can't just get attention because you want the attention. But when I realized, something happened and he never got it. So he don't care where it comes from. He don't care if he's fighting with you. He don't care if you calling him his stank butt. You don't care if you're giving him positive reinforcement as long as you were giving him attention. So there are people like that. They come up here and they be like, you know what? They see in your little stanky Baltimore accent, y'all, and then that's why they don't like you. Because a Baltimore nigga came and took their girlfriend and bought her a Valentine's Day gift back in 6th grade. And they forever don't like it.
I seen the video, and the reason why I said that because I seen a social how you say this a social test, and what happened was they have like four or five people in there, and they all had the same answers, and they told four of the people to say the wrong answer on purpose. And when they presented their answer,
I saw that. I know what you're talking about. I saw that.
Yeah, the one lady had the right answer, but because everybody else kept having the wrong answer and was getting congratulated for having the wrong answer, she started to fit with the people who had the wrong answer just so that she can fit in. Even though she knew in her mind this is the right answer, I'm just gonna pick the wrong one because I want to fit in, and that's why I kind of lean towards that as well, because of if the whole comment section is negative and then I come in here with my positivity like, oh no, I like that, that's cool, that's dope. And they go, oh, you old clown, look at this clown, you a simp, you a lame, you a buster, you weird, you all this type of stuff. Is gonna be 100,000 messages of how I'm weird and I'm a lame, I'm a buster, I'm this, I'm that. And then when the next time I go into a joint and I see a lot of negative comments, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that joint trash. Even though in my mind I feel like, no, that's kind of dope. That joint trash.
Or you don't say anything at all. So that's the equivalent to the person who like the last time they stuck up for somebody, they got jumped on by the crowd as well. So now they say, okay, next time I see someone getting beat up, I'm going to just keep myself and keep going because I'm not going to say nothing. So you'll see a lot of people get accused in the chats to being silently sitting there watching while something happens, even though they cool with you. And they, but that's just the same person that would be equivalent to them sitting in a room while someone's talking about you and they don't say, yo, stop talking about him, that's my friend. Because they don't want to look like the oddball out. So it's almost like it is what you're saying, not being left out. Not being included and not being left out. But then the thing about the internet is that for some reason folks they act as if See, in real life, you would get up and walk out the room. In real life, you would get your stuff and you would leave the party, right? But for some reason online, we can't bring ourselves to hit the X button. We brought ourselves to the party, but we can't take ourselves away. We just have to sit here and endure it. And then that also still speaks loudly of the person who says, you know, every time I go to this chat or every time I go to this page, everybody's so negative and I don't fit in over there because I want to be positive. And then instead of them being negative, they stop coming to that chat. They don't, a lot of people don't have that the security enough to do that, so they keep going back to they want to be down with the in crowd and the cool kids so bad that they'll suffer themselves, even though they don't agree with the premise that what you're on. You could be over here and be a full out atheist, but they love me some Smitty, and Smitty don't talk about God, but you love God and you'll accept it because you want to be cool with this. But you're not cool with it. You see what I'm saying? And every time you come over here, you have an argument because you believe God, but this is an atheist platform. So what do? Instead of going where the people that believe in God is, you keep subjecting yourself to this pain. Why are you going over here arguing with these people? Because in real life, you would have got up and walked out. You would have left the room. You'd be like, oh, y'all over here talking about y'all don't believe in God? Oh, I believe in God. Let me leave. Let me get up out of here. So why don't you just get up out of here? But for some reason online, they don't do that. So that's why it seems like they want to fit in and they don't want to be left out. And they're compensating for all those real life experiences that they got bullied and ran over in. They're gonna come up here and dog you and yell to the top of their lungs because in real life nobody listens to them, type of thing, you know. So,
That's another thing too. You know, like you said, nobody listened to them in the real world, but here they got a voice.
Yeah. So they could be mean while I got your ears open. I could be a complete asshole, and if you're paying me and you're following me, that means that people want to dispute it all the time. But that is a cult. If you're sitting here spewing all this crazy rhetoric that you know that folks can fact check and argue with you about, and you want to keep spewing it and people keep paying you, that is cultish. That is a following. So some people, you see that they try to be positive, even if the chat, because again, you're gonna have to have the haters, right? You gotta have somebody walk past your storefront and say, "Man, I ain't finna go in there and buy none of that cheap old stuff." Thank you for walking past my storefront saying my stuff is cheap while there's customers inside, right? So it's still people going to come to my business and buy my cheap material. You could keep walking past and saying that it's trash, but the whole thing is that you're coming by my channel calling it trash. Thank you. Right? You're still coming over here and arguing with me about how my product is trash. You still come into Walmart, buy my products, and then come back and tell me how you don't like it and want your money back. And you keep coming back and subjecting yourself to that behavior. If you didn't like my Walmart products, then you wouldn't come inside of Walmart at all. But for some reason, you still keep coming here. You still keep buying the furniture, and then you get mad because it's tear down. It's tear up quickly, and then you bring it back for a refund. So you still go to the channels. You still sit up here and be mean and call people women dogs and hyenas, and then be mad because people are arguing with you, and then get up and do it all again the next day tomorrow, and be mad that you came. Like you can, and that's what's so weird because they can control themselves coming. They don't have to walk inside of Walmart if you don't like stuff in there. If you don't like the customer service, stop going.
Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for the absolute last and nice good short of a main event? I've been loving this, man. I've been loving this because I've been taking down some notes. I haven't really been tapping in with y'all because I've been trying to write down some notes because I really want to talk more about this last part because I'm very curious about it. And I believe every last one of us are going to have a very, very good different part to play. And you know who I'm going to actually ask and include in this? Nancy. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Nancy's going to be featured in this segment as well, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to play a short. We can talk about the short. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ask Nancy. Then we're going to go to, it's only a 2-minute and 40-second video. So the video's real short that I'm getting ready to play. And so what we're going to be talking about is, drum roll, please. Well, gone. For some reason, we just stopped talking about, is it any possible way to have world peace? And if we were able to achieve world peace, would people actually be able to appreciate it? Yeah, let's talk about it. So let's go ahead and let's go to this right here, right? So let's just start here. We're going to start on this short, and we're going to listen to what Mr. Elon has to say. Let's listen to this right here. He's asked, what do you think about world peace? This is his answer.
You wish for something that sounds good. If you get it, it's actually a dystopian situation. If you wish for world peace, sounds good, but how is it enforced? At what cost what cost eternal peace? It might actually be worse to have eternal peace because of what that would entail. The suppression of everyone. It might be the suppression of progress. It might be an ossified society that never changes. There is an argument that if you wish for no war, you should be careful what you wish for, because what's required in order for there to be no war might be worse than a little war. You wish for something.
So yeah, y'all, he's saying, and let me know if y'all want me to run it back one more time just so you can get a good feel, but basically he's saying like, yeah, you think it might be sweet having everything being peaceful. Now, the reason why I'm so curious about this is because then, are you telling me I wouldn't be satisfied with paradise if we all made it? Isn't heaven consisted of there is no war, no more of that, no more sickness and ailments and everything else? Like, right, everything is of a continuous revival and renewal of freshness and clean and crisp, right? So I'm just curious, what are you all's thoughts about the whole idea that, you know what, world peace cannot be because man would actually not want it? Do you believe it?
No, that has nothing to, I think, no. The world peace, I don't know. I've lived long enough to hear world peace. World peace, it sounds different. Like when people, yeah, I'm probably not a good person to ask about this either. Cause like, it to me, it's so many different, what is that word? Caveat, I guess. There's so many different avenues of it to where,
in your personal opinion, Jen, in your personal opinion, because mind you, none of us up here have, I don't have that. We're just, it's just something to talk about before we get up out of here.
You got to think about how long you've been living and how long this conversation has been going on your entire life. Right?
I know. And we stopped talking about it.
Well, we're still talking about it, but this generation below us is not concerned with this. So they're not there, and there are some people that are below us that that come behind us that aren't talking about it because the world is affecting them overall. Like now, the IE what we're going through now. So, but I think it's too many. It's like different layers that are, because the world peace in certain individuals' minds who are in charge of making certain kind of decisions to affect, like a ripple, like to drop a pebble in the pond. Those people aren't concerned about world peace for everyone. They're concerned about a world peace where it benefits a certain population of people. So when they talk about that, are they my mind goes to, when I hear about little kids, and my grandmother telling me, eat all your food because there's kids in Ethiopia starving, because technically world peace, why can't we bring them rice and food and actually give them the food that we're throwing away, since the United States has so much garbage? So when you think about world peace, that means like for what? Because there's still people in other countries that are malnourished, because we're still sending 42 cents a day to save a child, to feed a child. So in the end of it, when I'm like world peace, like for who? Right? Because who does that mean? So even when he said that part, that just made me ask for who, because of the reason I just gave you. But then when he proceeded to speak, and then he said, aha, well, yeah, in real life, because
I don't want nobody.
Hey,
well, that my cue to land it? Okay, my bad.
No. That was my phone hit the daggone mouse. That was a complete accident. I did not mean to do that, beloved. No bullshit. I don't do shit like that. I didn't mean to do that.
Okay.
That was a complete accident. I was just
So
I had it queued up for Mama Epps right there real quick because I was gonna say, hey, AC. So Mama Epps is a retired gangster.
You don't know? She's from Bronx, New York, bruh.
Come on. Hey, that's
So
why I had it queued up for her. But my bad about that.
so
Man. Go ahead.
I'll land it here with that. Even when he said to give up, what does that mean? You're gonna still have something. Isn't it biblical that there's a balance because there's a heaven and hell? So in real life, you have to have because that would mean what? Are we gonna take away karma? Are we taking away the negative things the things that happen that are supposed to be happening anyway, like the actual circle of life? Because those things are not peaceful, right? So I just wonder, about that part when he said that too. Like maybe a little bit of war is okay for what you would have to sacrifice to have nothing, to have a full peace.
The guy we're about to listen to in AC, you can tap in briefly before I push play on this video. I got it queued up. The dude we're about to listen to, Jen, actually, that's the direction we're kind of going in slightly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Trust me, I know how to find the interesting ones. Go ahead, AC, real quick, if you got anything briefly.
Yeah. I was gonna say what Jen just said. With the heaven and the hell, you gotta have some type of balance, because guess what? If it's peace everywhere, peace doesn't win wars. You know what I'm saying? I never known a war that
so we
was
have
resolved
to have
on
war?
peace.
We
Bruh.
have to have it. Wow.
I think it goes back to like the Tower of Babel, AC. Like the whole reason why we don't speak the same language is so that it creates this inner what is it called, dependency on us. It makes you depend on your own speaking people, your own people that look like you in the beginning, so that naturally we created adversary, because some folks were carnivorous, some people were vegetarians, so they were fighting over land to grow crops and fighting over meat that I want to keep the cow because it's a pet. No, I'm going to kill it for a hamburger. You know what I mean?
And like Elon said, that it puts us in a place of being stagnant. There's no progression.
Okay, so y'all ready? Hold on, let's go ahead. Now we gotta go ahead and get.
And you know what? I'm sorry not to interrupt, but that statement by itself with the stagnation, that's like the little growing pains that you get, that you had to learn. The equivalent. It would be just like when, like if your mama did everything for you, you know how irritating and painful it was to learn how to do little things on your own. And then when you say that stagnated comment, it made me think about that scene. What popped in my mind was that scene of Ray Charles when he was calling for his mom and his mom was right there, but she had to let that little, he had to have that war with being able to trust his instinct. He had to go, he was fighting himself the whole time.
Yeah.
Just to get to that point of peace. So when I hear about that, those are those little moments where that we fight ourselves and as far as like inside of our units. Those are that kind of thing where we get those little. We're gonna have to have some contention because everyone's not gonna go with you
with the
even
program.
if it's the best. So they're gonna be like, someone's gonna there's a chance that there's all Indians and no chief, and there's a chance that there's all chief and no Indians. But yeah, I digress.
All right, respect. So let's go ahead and let's get to this part right here. I'm gonna ask this question, then we're gonna go ahead and look at this video, and we're gonna get a little bit deeper into what it is you've already somewhat started to unravel there, Jen. Let's go. Nancy, are you available?
Nancy probably tired of you.
All right, Nancy, I would like to know a very profound question. Nancy, could you please tell me, what are the probabilities of this world ever achieving world peace? Like, is it something possible?
That is such a profound question. And I think it's one of those things that humanity's dreamed about for a long time. I mean, realistically, the probability is really hard to quantify because it depends on so many variables: politics, economics, culture, and human nature. But I do think every step toward justice, equality, and mutual understanding is a step in that direction, even if it's slow. What made you think of that?
No, okay. I get you on that, Nancy.
Thank you, Nancy.
What I'm saying is that, Nancy, what I would like to know specifically is it absolutely necessary for, like, Does man have to go to war in order to go ahead and keep order?
That's a really deep question too. I mean, historically, a lot of people have thought that conflict is a way to establish or maintain order, but it doesn't have to be that way. There are countless examples of nonviolent movements, diplomacy, and negotiation that have prevented or ended conflict. So it's not an inevitable path. It's a choice we make as a society.
So basically, AC was wrong, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, AC, if you're referring to, say, a philosopher or a thinker who suggested that war is...
Don't be trying to do that to Nancy.
All right, thank you, Nancy.
And Nancy asked you a question. You didn't
Nancy
answer.
said
You be
you was
so
wrong,
mean to
AC.
Nancy. No, she didn't. She didn't talk. She didn't know what the hell she talking about. Don't be coming for AC.
She said,
AC
yeah.
sound like AC. You know, you sound like your cheeks are chunky. Like I want to pinch you.
Shit. Man,
Oh,
just go to this
pinch your
channel. You can
cheeks.
see him. Just go to this channel.
Oh, I can see. I'm gonna go pinch your cheeks through the screen. Pinch your cheeks.
So look, right. Let's go ahead and get to this video.
But he got
right
the
here.
pinchable cheeks too. You got the pinch cheeks,
No, I just got high cheekbones.
and then you got a little pinch cheek on the little face on your jaw right there. That's the part you pinch. I'm a auntie now. Come here, sugar. That's
So
how
here
you
we
do.
go. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's go ahead and get into it while Jen up here flirting and shit.
I'm just saying, you
I ain't
pinch
mad
it,
at
y'all. Oh dang. Okay, y'all both ugly and dog wolf babies. Okay.
No. See there, there you go. There you go.
Now, what you want? You was just complaining. You see how the war starts.
I'm not
AC.
complaining.
I
just
told you.
gave y'all a compliment. I said y'all had the cute little faces and chinch the cheeks, and talking about some now I'm flirting. Now I just gotta call y'all dog wolf babies, and now we got a problem. So Lord Jesus.
Mama said, "Leave my baby alone, Nancy." All right, y'all. Let's get back to it. So look. Are we able to accomplish world peace? Let's go ahead and listen to this real quick little video. We can talk about this nice and briefly, and then everybody can have a good evening. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Let's talk about this. Bow. Let's get to it.
Things have gotten a lot better for us from a
You can hear that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Making sure.
material sense.
Yeah.
I'm not sure things have gotten any better from an emotional sense.
Hold on. Is them life size
Yeah,
Batmans in the
it's easy to go out
background?
and
Hold on.
That's
Is that a real
Hawk.
statue? That's real. Okay.
It's probably it's probably some kind of wax figure or something.
I was
maybe
distracted. I was like,
so.
why is there? That's crazy to look at. Go ahead.
All right, so again, what we're listening to is humanity capable of achieving world peace, but not even just so much achieving it. Would we want it is really the question. Would we actually want that?
Things have gotten a lot better for us from a material sense.
Yeah.
I'm not sure things have gotten any better from an emotional sense, though.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
Tell us more.
I mean, it's easy to go out and buy a cell phone. It's easy to go out and buy a new car. But is that going to get you happiness? It's one of the things we talk about in the book, that there's a difference between wanting something and liking it once you get it. There's a difference between your brain driving you to collect resources that are going to be useful from a survival evolutionary point of view. There's a difference between that and living a happy, fulfilling, satisfying life of contentment. And I'm not sure all of the prosperity and technology we have helps us all that much with the latter.
You don't think? So let me ask you this. So, scriptures, different religions, they all talk about contentment, finding ways to get to that point. What would the world look like if everybody was content?
It wouldn't, yeah. So contentment.
See what I'm saying?
That's right.
So,
it wouldn't work.
No, it wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work.
Because I think about that, right? You sit there and I say, okay, let's just say you and I sit down and we agree on everything. What a boring dinner.
Yeah, that's
Can you imagine
right.
if we go to dinner, we're sitting down, we're like, okay, yeah, I agree. How about this? Cool. How about this? Man, all right, so you want to, like you want to go. There's got to be a little bit of that. I feel so.
Do y'all agree so far?
Yeah, that's what we were. That's biblical though, because if there wasn't any hell, there would be no fear of you going doing anything wrong, right? If there wasn't no police getting locked up, if it wasn't no consequence, it wasn't no little bit of that, something else, you know what I mean? So yeah, there almost has to be a balance.
I can see where you're coming from with that, and you can jump in next, AC. I can see where you're coming from with that as far as I have used the example before. The only way to know that you're full is to be hungry. And the only way to know that it's day is for us to have night. We have to have, to a degree. I was wondering one time in my life, or a few, or 3 or 4 or 5 million, why do we have bad people? Then one day it just hit me. How would you be able to recognize good people if bad people weren't here? Right? So, like, whatever we see to be like a good person, I mean, or let's say somebody who's a decent human, somebody who's law abiding, let's just put it like that, somebody who is respectful and respectable. There are certain qualities that we're going to have to be able to see. How do we see them? Because we know what disrespect looks like. We know what everything that's the opposite of that looks like: nasty, mean, rude, right? Full of yourself, the whole nine. We know what all of that looks like. So I do get you when you say that, just to put that into perspective. You got the floor, AC. I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
No, y'all just hit everything on the head. Like I said, you gotta have some type of pushback. You can't. Is no way you can just clearly go through without having no pushback. We gotta have some type of up and down. You know what I mean? It's gotta have that.
Now, this is going to be the $1 million question once this is done. It's almost done. And like I said, it's a short video, but I got like 2 good questions. But I got the $1 million question when this is over.
That's right. You got to have the spark.
Right.
You got to have the spark of conflict.
I think so, because when a lot of people come and tell me how do you view world peace? Tell me what you think about world peace. When somebody says we got to have world peace, how do you process that? As a psychiatrist, how do you process that?
It's a beautiful idea. It's probably unrealistic.
It's
though.
unrealistic.
It's not the way the human brain evolved. We evolved to fight because we grew up. I mean, we evolved in very difficult circumstances.
Do you think that's okay?
I don't think that's the right way to look at it. I don't think it's a value judgment. I think it's a fact. That's the way our DNA is in our body, and we can't do anything about it.
So you're making it like a law of gravity. It's just going to be that way. There's nothing we can do about it.
That's it.
See, I kind of agree with you there, but sometimes you got a lot of people that want to force change, and when you try to force change, you create enemies.
Now, this is go ahead. Say what you.
Is the video over? Is the video over?
Yeah. That was it.
That was it. So the last thing he said was, when you force change, you're going to make enemies, because there's a lot of people in the world that want to force change.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure that was the last.
Now
thing.
that goes back to what I was previously saying, bro. There's no war was ever won by a peaceful resolution. Was it peace after the war? Yes, it was peace after the war, but you got to go through the initial war for it to be peace.
Yeah. All right. So this is the part that this is where I'm at with it though. So when it comes to that whole, we need to have war. So what we're saying is that we're actually cool with human sacrifice.
Well, it's been like that. So at the end of the day,
hold on. Let me just finish, Jen. Let me just finish, and then whoever y'all get in there, just let me get it all out real quick. I'm gonna be brief. If we say that, then we're saying we're cool with human sacrifice, because the fact is, y'all acting like the only ones who pass in war are the ones who are on the battlefield armed up. No. You got probably a lot more innocents, civilians, that pass away during the times of war, especially when castles and villages get overran and pillaged and everything else, so on and so forth. We know how the spoils of war go. So my point is that I mean, so when I really think about it, right? Like it's like just one of them things. It's like you kind of bounce back and forth. I do recognize that we need night in order to recognize day. I recognize we need good in order to recognize bad. But I'm also saying to myself, when it comes to this facet of war, how many innocent people have to keep on perishing just for us to still be able to maintain this balance? And if we say however many is necessary, then that means that we're cool with human sacrifice. Then it's not just, a secret society. No, it's all of us. I digress. My mic is muted.
I think you're asking a couple of different questions that are conflated. Like the first, the beginning is I think you're asking a couple different things. You're going a couple different directions
Are
than what
we
you're asking.
cool? So to start it off nice and smooth.
Well, we're not talking about human sacrifice. We're not talking about how many lives are slain in the process of war, innocent or not. We're not. That was never the premise of what we're talking about. We're talking about world peace, and then again going back to the fact that what does that mean for who? Because world peace for my side of the world means sacrifice on your side of the world. World peace on your side of the world is going to mean sacrifice on my side of the world. But that's been since the beginning of time. So we can go all the way back to the beginning of the book of what we deem to be our spiritual literature, and in each one of those spiritual literatures, no matter what you believe in, there's been some struggle of the heaven and hell, or the good and the bad, or the conflict of the right and the wrong, which is essentially a war within yourself, and then blowing out into the war within people, all the way down to those Christians, having succumbing the Tower of Babel, to where the war was creating. Everyone was on the same accord so much that they had to create differences to be able to facilitate actually war, because other people started believing in certain things and operating a certain way, and they spoke a different language. And what happened? I mean, we see it all the time when we see it even in the slave movies, when they take Africans and the Africans are fighting because they don't know what's happening. They don't even communicate. They're not even able to communicate. So going back to how all this actually started, and going back to what it actually is, before even you and I, all of us was created, there was always some sort of battle of something. Just to Satan getting kicked out of heaven, saying I'm going to use this as my battlegrounds, set the tone for that. We've been doing this since the beginning of time. And I never understand as a parent to say, am I okay with sacrificing human lives, when you would literally sacrifice everything for a human life, including another human life. So I never understood when that kind of thing comes up, especially people who have, who live by that code for their own family, because that's exactly what everyone else would do. So it's not that we're okay with sacrificing human life. We've been doing this forever, and someone has to go somewhere if it comes down to it. So
Jen, briefly, hold on. I got you, AC. So I don't lose my train of thought, Jen. I didn't conflate anything, and I want AC to get in there.
You can always say that, but that's what a conflation is. That's crazy.
I got you, fam. I got you. I wasn't conflating. What I'm saying specifically, I was elaborating on one point. I just gave an elaboration. I gave a little bit of examples to what it is I'm saying. So in a nutshell, if basically because we all listen, even myself, we all agree that for some reason, some form of that is necessary. But to say that means that then we understand what comes with war. What comes with war is innocent blood will be shed. And if innocent blood will be shed during the process of trying to make that peace, conquer that land and everything, resettle, rebuild and everything else, then that means that we're okay with human sacrifice. Everything I said.
No, it doesn't mean that. And that's why it's a conflation. Right. We're not talking about human sacrificing. We're not talking about the sacrifice of war that has to happen. So you can't say you're okay with, that's because in real life, you can't say you okay with beating somebody to a pulp because they did something to your child, when you are practicing the act of what you're just saying. You okay with sacrificing somebody because you would do it for yourself and your family. So we're not saying that we're okay with it. People don't want to go and take someone's life because of something that happened in retaliation. Okay. That's not the goal. to say that we're okay with that. But to say that, even to throw that out there, it's conflating because it has nothing to do with this, because it's been happening before we were ever thought of, while we were sperm cells in
I
our
got
daddy's
you.
nuts.
I got
So it
Jen.
has
Jen.
nothing, that has nothing to do with nothing. We can't be concerned about the body count of people passing because we're trying to generate peace. We have to be concerned about what is that supposed to look like for the peace, like he said. Maybe the fact that you have to have something else happen over here to
Jen.
keep that peace. So it's not, we can't sit up here and be like, it's gonna be
Jen.
25 people, passing over in New York because we want to get world peace in Michigan. That has nothing to do with us. The body count has nothing to do with us, because there's people passing right now in war on the street.
Jen.
I mean, I'm gonna say that every time someone tells me. I'm
You
just
good.
not
You good.
conflating,
Nah,
because
you
you
all
can
right.
just
You
say
all
that
right.
anytime you
I'm
want
just,
to. Whether a conflation is
yeah,
putting two things together that don't go.
I
It's not
got
whether or
you.
not you wanted to do it or said it. You did it. It's because you put two things together that didn't go.
I just
By definition.
also want AC to go ahead and get his thoughts off too, while they still fresh in his mind too. Go ahead, AC, get your thoughts off. That's all. I just wanted to make sure AC get in there too.
Nah. She cooking though. She's actually spot on with what I was ready to say.
I don't know how you cook ice,
because
but okay, all right. I
nah,
guess you boiling some ice.
she's
I
spot
got
on.
you.
She's spot on, because what I was ready to say is
If she
if we
real
think
quick, if she's spot on, AC, then that means that you're about to nullify everything you just said you agree with. If she is, but go ahead.
what she mean?
I'm right here. Y'all, that's so petty. Go ahead.
Hold on.
No,
what she
we know
mean?
your
He
ass ain't like
said,
that.
he said,
If you actually
he's saying
agree,
you wrong. I'm wrong. So go ahead with
no, again,
agreeing with how wrong I am.
not you're wrong. You have a different view. What I'm saying is that AC, if you do agree, listen, she's saying that has
Why don't you
nothing
let
to do
him
with.
finish what he's saying? You stopped me so he could talk, but you're not letting him talk still.
All right. You know what? Go ahead, AC. Go ahead, AC.
No, all right. So how I was getting from what Jen was saying was that it has to have a balance, and we can't solely just go on peace, because at the end of the day somebody's gonna have a disagreement. Even if we have a battle or a war or something, it doesn't mean that we want to have this. It doesn't mean that we feel the need that we had to have it. It's just something that has to take place at that time in order to gain that type of peace. We having a different
Have y'all thought about planet Earth?
Sorry.
Have you guys ever thought about, one, you can fit every human can live in the state of Texas alone. That's how big Texas is. So listen, let's just take now, that's just the state of Texas, not even the 50 states. All right. There's so much land on planet Earth. My point is that one, do we have to fight over space? There is more than enough natural resources all over planet Earth, from cattle, live cattle, vegetation, everything. Do we really have to fight over that? There's more than enough clean water. As a matter of fact,
Who said we was fighting over any of that? Who said any of that was fighting? You having a war in this conversation right now.
Jen. No, hold on.
But see,
because you didn't even let him finish, and you're taking it somewhere else.
No, I'm not, Jen. Listen,
You're not
first
talking
of all,
about the
I'm
word.
talking about everything that wars have been fought over.
We're not talking about war. We're talking about world peace, and it doesn't always look like war.
No,
it's just
but
crazy that
listen,
your assumption means that it
so
has to
watch
be a fight.
Watch this.
You at war right now.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
Yes, you are. Right now,
Jen,
you're at war.
Jen, please follow what I'm saying. It's very simple, beloved.
It's
What
not.
I'm saying-
Well, that's the problem. If it was simple, then
Jen,
we wouldn't be at war right
follow-
now.
Jen, it's simple. Listen.
Literally
the
just
main
said
thing-
exactly what this is.
So this is what we're going to do, since Jen just wants to keep on talking, okay? So listen, this is where we are, ladies and gentlemen, okay? All right? Where we are is this place here. It is said, I'm asking, is it possible, right, for us to go ahead and not have to have, is it possible for us to have world peace? Do we want it? Do we want it? Do people want world peace? And this is what was said in this video. It's a short.
You wish for something that sounds good. If you get it, it's actually a dystopian situation. If you wish for world peace, sounds good, but how is it enforced? At what cost? What cost eternal peace? It might actually be worse to have eternal peace because of what that would entail. The suppression of everyone. It might be the suppression of progress. It might be an ossified society that never changes. There is an argument that if you wish for no war, you should be careful what you wish for, because what's required in order for there to be no war.
That is okay. So now,
that's what I'm talking about.
He is saying, thank
that's
you.
That's what I'm talking
No,
about.
but that's what I'm
In order to get to a place where there's no war, you're gonna have to face a war.
So what I'm saying is, so watch this. Watch this, Jen. Watch what I'm saying to AC. AC. So you said we're gonna have to face a war. I agree. Watch this, Jen. In that war, are you telling me there aren't going to be innocent casualties?
Oh my God! What the hell?
No. God dang it! So listen.
This is a stupid.
Hold on. So in order to have the peace, what we're saying is that there's no way for humanity to come to a terms of having that same peace without innocent blood being shed.
It's been like that since before you and I were born.
Yeah,
you're arguing a mute point.
That's
what it's not, because you're insulting. You ain't got to insult me. I'm about to leave. But at the same time, it's been like that since before you and I. This is how I prove. This is evidence that your men fucking don't listen, because I literally said it's been like this since before you and I, while we were still nutsacks we were in our daddy nutsack. They were already doing this. So you're arguing a mute point of body count of what? Because in order for something has to happen, and it's been like that. So you're arguing with God. You're arguing with the creation of.
No. I'm asking.
You're arguing You're arguing the point of, do we want what? We can't, because the people before us, because the people before us were trying to figure this out, and the people before them were trying to figure this out, all the way down to our great grandparents, and they couldn't figure this out because it's been going like this before you and I were born. So you're arguing the body count factor, you're arguing the death, you're arguing the innocent bodies that have to happen in order for something like this to happen. Overall, is what he just said. What is the sacrifice of it? What is that going to do to the society? Put us in a stagnant point. Every time we're not at war, we're at a stagnant point. So you're arguing something that happened while you were still a sperm cell.
I'm asking you, Jen.
What the hell?
Jen, listen, it's simple, beloved.
It's not simple. When you keep saying it, doesn't make it any simpler, because if it was simple, we'd be all in agreement.
It's so listen.
It's not, because we would all be in agreement.
No, watch this. What you're saying is that's been since the beginning of time is people trying to figure out how.
That ain't shit to do with what I said. That's not what I said. Don't do that.
Jen, you gotta let me
finish it, but you're wrong, because that's not what I said. Don't say that you said this and then be wrong about what I said.
What you're talking about that's been going on since the beginning of time, since we was in our people nutsack and all of that other stuff, is how can we have world peace? What I'm asking specifically today is, if we were to have it, do we really want it? Would we really be satisfied?
No, we already said that. We're not talking. We weren't even talking about that. But now you want to throw that caveat in there, fine, because that's not what you were saying. So that's fine. But I follow you, because it's literally recorded. We was just asking us a question, and that's not what you were talking about. Anyway, we're not talking about do people want it, because otherwise we need to get a poll. We need to get evidence from the people. And who the hell you gonna ask? You gonna go ask everybody, or you got data to support the people? Someone's being asked these questions.
Put up a poll.
How would you gotta ask a whole lot of people that, do y'all want this to happen this way?
It's gonna be half do and half don't, and then you're gonna have to have a conflict in order for it to be 100% one way.
Exactly. And then he said, what did he say? I wrote it down. He said for whatever reason, that last thing he said, for whatever reason, when you try to create peace, if someone forces change. Right, we saw this through all the people. Hitler. We saw this through the mustache. We saw this through all those barbaric people who were forcing change. Not the Malcolm X's and not the Martin Luther Kings were forcing change. They were trying to usher in change, whereas
Through
some people were
peace.
forcing in change. And
Through
it's still, look at what happened. We shot the man on the balcony. Shot him in the middle of the damn street. And JFK wanted peace. He wanted change through peace.
and they couldn't get it. Somebody had to die. So and no matter, and that's where I was getting at. No matter where we're at in a situation, it doesn't matter if it's a ton of innocent people or it's the person who's trying to do it. Somebody is gonna have to die in order for the progress to push forward. There's no progress if everything is still.
It's been like that forever. I mean, even in real life, think about how much damage was done at a four-way intersection before someone decided to change, to push for peace, and say, you know what, we got to do something about these, and created road signs.
If we look at it,
die on the road.
If we look at it in animal, if we look at it, and I like to bring animals in this. If we look at it in animal terms, right? If we look at it in animal terms, you can have a whole pen full of all the same thing. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's gonna come a time where they're gonna try to reproduce. In that reproduce stage, it's gonna be some person or animal or whatever. It's gonna be something in there that's gonna die because they had a conflict of who's gonna mate.
Right, unless that's already incorporated in their species, right? Which means that the praying mantis or the scorpion, which automatically creates a death.
Yeah,
with
it's automatically
creates a conflict.
But we're just talking about
money.
but we're just talking about animals all in a corral. They're going living peacefully with no
and the hierarchy
problems.
has to be established,
and the hierarchy is gonna exactly.
Someone has to force a change and say we gonna stop, like even with the slaves, or even with the slaves supposedly on the ship, right? Even with that, and they were submissive and they were all chained up and they still were fighting each other, right?
So somebody's gonna have to die in order for this joint to be what it is. There's no progress in just everybody living peacefully. There's no, like you said, at what cost? At what cost is there to get this peace? You're gonna have to pay to play.
Yeah, and it's been going on since before, so that's a mute argument on the casualties of war. We can't worry about what's gonna happen because it's been happening our whole life. It's always something happening. Even when we don't care about it, but we see birds fighting, we see cats fighting, we see dogs fighting. You can ask, but you're asking a mute question. You're asking like, why is the sky blue?
Okay, I got you, but I mean, come on, Jen. I'm not muting you. I'm not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting you get your issue off. Come on, beloved.
I don't have an issue. I'm just saying it's
no. I'm just I'm letting you get your point off. Your issue. That's just how we talk over on this side. That's all. Your issue. Like I'm letting you get your little. I'm letting you get your stuff off. You good? I'm just saying. Look, right. If you're saying that, okay, it's been since the beginning. I got you on all of that. For some reason, if you're not getting, I'm asking something specifically. I already asked you. I said, is that something that people actually want? Is if they actually were to have world peace.
And your answer was you need to ask everybody.
It's been war. We know what the real. I'm giving what we call a scenario. So please follow me on this scenario.
We got it, but we have to ask everybody that. We need to get everybody's answer.
I got you. So the scenario.
So again, it's mute.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna ask it again. You don't know who might be just coming in, stuff like that. So the scenario basically is, if we all had everything we wanted and everybody physically now here was in peace and there was nothing anybody needed to take, steal, pillage, or anything, right? Would we be okay with that? Like, would we actually be all right? Like, That's all.
Somebody
Damn,
else, somebody's
thank you.
always gonna want more.
That's thank you. Now
And
you're
then you
getting to
answer,
what I'm
you ask,
asking.
he's saying no. You have to still ask everybody because you can't, you're not speaking for everybody to say, would
Yeah.
we
No,
want
no,
that?
no, no, no. But I mean,
Because
but he's
even
on the
in
panel. He's
your
giving
real
his
life,
view.
right? But even in his real life, he's saying no because somebody he's recognizing somebody gonna come along and gonna want what he got.
And that's where I want to get to as far as now. AC, watch this. Why? That's what I want to dig into. Now,
Because someone's gonna want what he got, or they're gonna want a forced change. Yeah, the answers are in the conversation. That's why it's like, what are we saying? Because we know why. Because you want everyone to wear red, and I want everyone to wear blue. And then what happened with Satan? Satan, if we look back to the beginning of the time, the reason why the angel was him in specific was kicked out. Why? Because he started wanting the stuff that everybody else got. He wasn't okay with the peace. He wasn't okay with just chilling, everybody agreeing, wearing whites and singing and being harmonious. He was like, what the hell is this? And so because of that, you're gonna forever have that. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Ain't no point in asking the question because it had nothing to do with us. That part of it is innate in human existence since the beginning of time.
No, it's definitely a point to asking the question. Now, whatever your personal response is to that, now I get your point as far as no, in my view, as Genesis, I look at that as mute because of X, Y, and Z, and I get you on that, beloved. Cool, no problem.
Okay, but I don't do that to you. I don't tell you what to say when you come over to my channel either. So
I didn't
you
tell
say
you what
you
to
just
say.
did. You just did. You just did. So it's okay.
I think
You just told me no. You just said how I should say it, and I said it how I say it because that's what I believe and how I feel. That's the whole point of these panels.
I can't. I have
So
nothing.
I'm not gonna say in my point of view because a lot of people. That's why he said it's gonna be 50-50, and that's a lot, and that's a world you're talking about. You're talking about the world, people over on the other side of the world that had nothing to do with this, who believe that nothing had nothing to do with us.
Come on.
So
Like,
I'm not gonna tell you how to talk on my channel, but
I'm not
I
telling
got
you
though.
how
You
to.
just did.
talk.
It's okay.
No, I did not. I
It's
was
all right.
simply saying to you
We
that
just
what
you're gonna
you're
keep.
saying.
It doesn't matter what you're gonna say. You're gonna say you didn't do
All right,
it. So
watch
that's
this.
okay.
Did you or did you not say?
Y'all
when
have a good
AC
night, sugars.
Go ahead. All right, have a good night. AC. So, like I was saying, right, when you was up here, right, she said, well, that's just AC. Okay, if that's just AC, then that's just AC. Same thing. We can't then switch it and make it seem like it's not. God damn. And thank you for dropping for the night because it's a lot quieter now. Like, I didn't want all of that up here. I didn't want none of that shit. I just wanted to have a good conversation about, do y'all believe we can have world peace? And then what happens? War gets brought up to my goddamn self. It's war on my panel, and I'm talking about, can we have world peace? Like, this shit crazy, bro.
No, and I get it. I get it.
I'm letting you rock. I'm letting you talk. I'm not stopping you. I'm not cutting you off. Did nobody try to tell you how to talk? All I'm saying is what you had to say was your view, just as much as you said AC is one person. That's why it's a poll up. You all said put a poll up. I can't help if anybody types or not. I put the poll up. I'm doing that part.
I get you know what I'm saying. Look, at the end of the day, you know, this conversation is always gonna be divided. Whether it's 50-50, whether it's 60-40, whether it's 70-30, 80-20, it's gonna be divided. We're never gonna come to a common ground with anything, you know.
But
And
see,
this is why.
I wasn't looking briefly, bro. I wasn't looking for common ground, dog. I'm not looking for common ground. I just wanted to know what does everybody think about that? As far as like because I was thinking about that. Like, okay, I've been new for the longest time. You know what? Ain't no having no world peace. There's too many different cultures, too many different belief systems, race, all that. It's just too many mixes of everything for that to happen. It doesn't even work in the animal kingdom, right? All big cats don't be in the same vicinity, bro, and so on and so forth. Like, I get it, right? But all I'm saying is that if we were to have that, like, do y'all really think that people would really want that? That was the only thing that I'm really talking about. I'm not talking about where we've been, how long it's been going on as far as war goes. I just want to know, is that something that you all believe that we would want if we actually had it? If you gave man everything that man wants, man and woman, you gave everything. Mute for me real quick while you, yeah. If we had everything we wanted, would we actually like want that? Like will we be able to sustain? And so then from there, okay, if the answer from that is no or whatever it may be, then cool, no problem. You know what I'm saying? All right, bet. Let's talk about it from there. Now I want to know why do you all believe yes and or no? That's it. But as far as like us always, I mean, of course, ever since we've known how to throw a rock and make a stick sharp at the end tip, yeah, war has been going on ever since then. I mean, so I'm fully aware of that aspect, right? You
The
know,
Lord didn't give us our own thoughts and our own feelings and stuff like that, knowing that we was gonna be on all one accord. Does he want it? Would he like us to be peaceful and love each other and stuff like that? Yeah. But at the same time, he understands that, look, I gave these people their own free mind to think of what they want to do. So he already knows it's gonna be conflict. He already knows it's gonna be conflict. Do we agree with innocent people dying and or getting like deleted or whatever and stuff like that?
right,
No,
right.
we don't agree with innocent people, and we don't want no innocent people to face that. But at the same time, this world is survival of the fittest.
See, there we go. There we go, AC. Like that's okay. I get you on that answer, bro. I get you on that. Like that's all that I was trying to like get some form of like what do you think in that sense? That's all. And if that's how you see it, like nah, it's still primal rage. Bad.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
still
it's
300
always
yards.
gonna, yeah, because
Yeah.
you gotta remember, we're animals.
Right.
We're not aliens, or you know what I'm saying, something special. Nah, we're animals. We just had the ability to think, have disposable thumbs,
Right.
have a form of sense that this is what's going on at this time, where we talk about lions and bears and dogs and cats and all that stuff. They're
Mhm.
wired for what they're wired for.
That's a fact. That's a
we're
fact.
we're wired to produce, we're wired to progress in life. This is why we have the abilities to do the things that we're doing. And in order for us to continue to progress, the wheat got to get thinned out. And how does the wheat get thinned out? By understanding, okay, look, this is how we're gonna go. We may have some pushback against where we're gonna go at, and if we have pushback, we gotta understand that at the end of the day, this is was best for the survival of our species. And if
Right.
the survival of our species means that we gotta go to war with XYZ and take them people out so that we can push this, well, guess what? We have to have that conflict in order to get to that state of peace that we're trying to get to. Because we can't just, it's not gonna work, because now we're gonna forever have that pushback from these people. That's why I said there's no way we can progress in life, and there's no way we can do certain things without having that sense, without having that kind of sense. It goes down all the way back to animal nature. If I got, if this is my territory, I got to be able to defend my territory, my women, my area. And how does that work? By me going and wagging my tail? No, I'm gonna have to tell whoever comes up in this area a new one.
That's okay. But see,
It's
now
it doesn't want it to happen like that. Like
right.
he'll you know what I'm saying, he'll rather not go in there and kill all the cubs and stuff like that. But guess what?
Because that's what I was gonna say.
I have to go ahead and kill all the cubs because I'm trying to progress my side. And this what Jen was speaking on. This what she was how she was speaking on. You know, we don't want to do that, but in order for our race to survive and thrive, and you know what I'm saying, I gotta do what I gotta do. It's not really sacrifice. It's more of a sense of how we gonna progress, you know.
But see, this is where I was at though. See, this is the question I was trying to get out, right? That I couldn't for dear life. Is that being the case, like, is there any way for us to accomplish that without the blood being shed? That's all I was asking. At least that's what I was attempting to ask.
In my eyes,
Yeah, like, is there
in
any
my
way we can
eyes,
do that
no.
without that? Right. So basically,
Yeah, in
like,
my
we
eyes,
have
no.
to. We have
Yeah,
to.
it
Okay.
has to. It has to. You know, and that's what I was speaking on. You know, like we can get to a sense where as though we can come to an agreement and stuff like that, but in the beginning, it's gotta have that initial conflict. It has to, because you're coming from one standpoint and I'm coming from another standpoint. We both agree solely on the standpoint that we're at. So we got to have that initial conflict. And whether it comes to physical, whether it comes to physical or whether it comes through peaceful, which is like treaties or something like that. Before,
Even if we take it to nature, like
yeah.
rams, bucks, moose, bulls, things of that nature, they clash
They
horns and
clash.
antlers
Yeah.
in order to establish dominance. Right. Like they don't rub each other's fur together and see who's the softest, right?
Exactly, bruh.
Right.
Exactly. They gotta have that initial conflict first.
Yeah.
And once that initial conflict is over, then it comes to a resolution on, okay, all right, you know what? Let's have a treaty. It doesn't mean that we want to shed this blood, but it's necessary to shed the blood because we're not gonna settle nothing just by saying, oh, this is what I think. Oh, this is what I think. Well, this is what I think. Well, this is what I think. Well, this is what I.
Right.
We go
Right.
forever, keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Nah, you got a point right there. Nah, that's what's up though. But what you got on your last thoughts about this and stuff? You know what I'm saying? Before we get up out of here, because yeah, that's all. I just wanted to talk about, like, what do people think as far as if we were to achieve it, what we wanted, and second, are we able to do it without shedding blood? And so my brother AC was like, no and no. So you know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Hey.
Yeah, I mean,
And Jen
at
said
the
the same thing. Right.
yeah, at the end of the day, it sounds good, but just knowing that we need to progress, it can't be that way. It can't be that, else we're all gonna just die off. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna slowly die off one by one, and then somebody's gonna come up with an epiphany. Hey, we gotta change something here, and And I don't care if y'all like it or not, but this is this was gonna have to happen if we're gonna survive. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, you know, through ownership, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Power of
somebody's all, and that's what I
power of
meant.
attorney, all of that, heir of
Yeah,
the throne. Yeah.
and that's what I meant by because somebody is always gonna want something.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't want to. People don't want to just go extinct. You know what I'm saying? They want they want whether it's their race, their people, their religion. They want it to
That's a
survive.
fact. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fact.
So yeah,
Yeah, nah, you
that's what
got
I
it.
got.
I appreciate you for coming up, AC, man. Much respect to you, my G.
Already.
You already
Shouts out, Jen. Shouts
it's
out,
all
Jen.
good, bro. Like that ain't, bro. It ain't shit, bro. That's she got upset. Okay, I talk to her probably sometime tomorrow. Some shit, bro. It's not a big deal. But anyway, let's go ahead and get up out of here. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Let's go ahead and just play a tune or two and get on up out of here. Let's go ahead and rock out. Let's see what we got. Oh,
Cassie cool, truly fantastic type of individual, so incredible, unfettables, and I be jamming you, sir, on a regular, though. So you so slow, he broke, we talking our neck. We be too slow to learn and too quick to disrespect. Take a check, get it back. Stack up a couple racks. I run into my more cloud patient. Look for some help, but be still. Fuck your life, dead your time, dead your bell. I'm all about peace in my city, no, with no rain. Stay to myself, but extend to my people needing help. Hell yes, Michael, this is Smitty, this is Star, but you can call me CJ.
We fly high like dragons in the sky. Go, go, go.
It's the main event.
We fly high like satellites. Come fly with me like the wind beneath your wings.
This elevation to the max, give me space. I'm in space, this calm, this is cool, mates. And it's safe. Let's be real, keep it going, keep it fly. Let's get high off the life.
We fly high like dragons in the sky. Go, 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 go. We fly high like satellites. Come fly with me like the wind beneath your wings. Now let's let the choir sing, now let's let the choir sing. Oh, go, 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 go.
Now let's let the choir sing.
I digress. My mic is muted.
My mic is muted. My mic is muted.